All right, so I want to present. I'm going to present my screen, and I want to lead us in with some music because that's what I do. Also share system audio because I need to get us going with some music back here. Can you hear that?
Yes,
Can you hear it?
yes. Yeah, I can
Awesome.
hear it.
All right.
I don't know if it's not a little too loud.
In this dirty old
Here, I can
part of the
adjust that.
city where the sun refused to shine.
Today on the Tom and Pete
People
Show,
tell me
we're going downtown, baby. Is that better?
Yeah, that
now,
should
my
be
girl,
okay.
you're so young and pretty.
All right, it'll be in the
One
background
thing
Uh,
just for a little bit. I'll turn it off eventually.
you
Um,
sure.
so we're going downtown. So far we've done. Let's see. Let's go back to our prior to raid.
watch my
Um,
daddy fade and
turn it
time.
off.
Watch his hand been turning straight. He's working
Hold on, we gotta get out of this place.
every night.
Come on, baby. Animals are awesome. I forgot how good they were.
Yeah.
We gotta get
So
out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do.
All right, so that's what we're gonna try to do. Get out of this place. All right, so um, let's go back to the sequence because you know how much I love sequences.
sure.
Because
If
this
you
is
have it
how my brain
open,
works.
because I noticed recently that actually you have, if you click, what it is, display menu options to the right of the two D10s, you can actually flip
Preview.
current phase. That's mostly for PBM guys, probably. It helps a
Yeah,
lot
sure,
with
sure, sure,
you.
sure. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna talk through it, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, that's cool.
Sure, but I will be using mostly this one probably to track us because I
Yeah, sure.
have enough stuff open.
Yeah,
So first is random event phase, which I think in this scenario is still
yeah. But let's
omitted.
let's describe the prior to raid, which would have been
Ah,
DRV
right.
planning phase. So we
Sure.
did. I did pre-plan some AAA.
Yep.
Let me go look at my map real quick because I mean,
Yeah, you said, oh, right, you need to, if
there's
you
one.
can,
I
because
do
I
have
marked
one.
it on my map, but if you can place your additional
Hmm.
AAA that you set up, because I don't think I can access your counters, unfortunately.
Now here's the thing: should I put both of them out or?
Only the one you told me where it is. The second
Okay.
one should be inactive and it can
All right.
spring as a trap when my
So
flights enter its zone.
this one right here was a predetermined one, and I do have one other one, and we'll place that as when do I only place it as I activate it?
Yes, you only place
Okay.
when you activate it, and you activate it when I fly inside its zone. When I expend any movement point inside the zone of your AAA that I can see, you can just say, "Ooh, flag trap." It starts shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and then you activate it. And when you activate flag, you cannot turn it off till the end of scenario. It will be shooting, and you can just cease fire,
Mm-hmm.
which is important because now you have your own flights in the air and they are attacked exactly the same as the US aircraft. They do not try to, because how flag worked for Vietnamese in this time was just filling the air
Very.
with shrapnel, not looking what it is, just filling air with metal. The
Mm-hmm.
only way you can fly safe when the flag is shooting, if you fly on the deck, then you are not attacked by a flag because there are corridors known to the pilots at the
And
deck through which
each
they can avoid the flag. So at the deck you are fine, but if you fly in your own flag above the deck altitude, you are attacked the same as US.
and each altitude it takes. Does it take 1 point to go down, and is it different climbing?
That's more complicated, and here how it goes. You can go to any lower altitude. From any altitude, you can drop to a lower altitude with one movement point. Uh,
Okay.
that's the first thing. in one turn, first climbing first level costs you 1 movement point. Climbing another one, like second and third, if you have enough movement points. Climbing second um, level in one turn costs you 2 movement points, and you can only do this if you use dash speed, if you turn on afterburner or just full military power. So climbing is costful. So climbing 2 levels in one turn costs you sum up of 3 movement points, and you need to use dash throttle.
Okay. Yep.
You won't be
Makes
able to
sense.
climb more with MiG-17 because at dash throttle you have 4 movement points. That's your maximum speed. You can't move faster than that. So
Yep.
plus on a turn when you do this, when you perform zoom climb, you have negative modifiers to dogfight.
Yep. Makes sense.
Mhm.
All right. Trying to get.
But you can drop to any lower altitude for 1 point, just really. And I think you can drop 1 level for free which each move. So if you, for instance, move forward, you can drop 1 level for free. The movement air movement has some rules in it. It's not super simple.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We will do that slowly as we move into the movement phase. All right. So we
Yep.
did the planning phase, ground deployment phase, which would have been hidden AA and located SAMs on map, which we don't have SAMs for this one, right?
No,
So then,
we are so early in the war we don't have any SAMs and
okay, so
radars at all.
U.S. planning phase, which you've done on your
Yep.
own. So you
Yes.
have flight log sheets filled out or the equivalent scribbled down. All right.
Yeah, I have flight log sheets prepared and I have here my hidden flight plan because for the bombing, depending on who it is, the bombing mission has written flight plan. Like I have a separate map on which I draw lines how they need to
Mhm.
fly. Their combat air patrols don't need to have a flight plan or follow it. Guys that are escorting can fly anywhere however they want, but the bombers need to stick to the predetermined
Mhm.
plan.
All right. So the U.S. planning phase is done, and then the early warning phase. You had already kind of computed that, right? Now this
Yeah.
includes also rolling for weather. Had you done that
No, whether if you
for
look
this
at
one?
the special scenario rules in
Yeah.
this game says that you don't roll for weather, it's clear weather.
Okay. And then rolling for the raids early warning level,
Yeah, I did that. And
and
you
that
got
be
average, I think,
average. Okay.
which allows you to have 2 flights in the air. And I needed to disclose to you which entry arrow I will use. I will use this arrow, meaning I will fly from here to here. This is through where I would enter the map. Because there are 2 entry arrows for the Navy. I'm using this one to enter, and I can
Hmm.
create my flight plan up to 5 hexes from this arrow. So I will enter somewhere on
Somewhere
this map.
within that. Somewhere within there. Okay. And then of
Yeah,
course,
that's what you
then
know.
did you already show? Well, also, do I know? I know you're targeting those that area
Yeah,
in
because
general.
this is simple scenario where you know that I will target Wushua Bridge
But
and
that would have been
airfield.
completely in like some of the larger scenarios. That would have been completely hidden.
In larger scenarios, there is a list of targets, and you either choose or roll for it. So you know,
Right.
like 8 target. You know there are 8 targets, but you do not know which one will be attacked because US player
Yeah.
usually rolls which one of the targets is attacked.
Okay. All right. So that's just to kind of just show the
There are
audience.
more complex
Yeah.
scenarios like Operation Bolo, which I
All
can
right.
describe you later.
This is. I mean, even these smaller ones are pretty. They're pretty fun.
Yeah.
They're good. It's a good. It's a good game. All right. So we did the DRV, the Vietnamese air deployment phase, which I had already done down yonder here. Um, so I had purchased. I think it was 12
You have
MIG
12
purchase
points.
points or whatever it was, maps or whatever. MIG acquisition points is what they called.
Yes, that's
So
exactly.
there's, I got 4 of them out here. I had purchased 2 flights of 2. That
Yeah,
cost
and
me.
normally you do not disclose it to the other player, to the US
Mhm.
player, but this scenario is so simple there is really
Yeah,
little
whatever.
choice you can
Yeah,
have. So he needs whatever.
I'm
But
trying to.
normally US player do not know what you choose.
So I kind of didn't really know necessarily. I, I explain to the audience how the altitude works as far as, and especially for caps, right? I mean, I want extra altitude so I have a little flexibility,
So
right?
there
But
are there is 4 altitude levels. You have high, medium, low, and the deck. And the deck altitude is kind of the sub altitude of the low. Deck just means the aircraft fly as close to the earth as possible. The depending on altitude, for mixed, from what I've seen, it doesn't matter, but altitude determines how fast you can fly, how
right,
many movement points you have, and it also determines how hard you are to detect, because the closer you are to the ground, the harder it is to detect the flight. Um,
okay,
that's all we need to know for now, I guess.
right, and just so you do kind of need a variety of cap level, right? Probably. I mean, is it
That's complex
also?
question,
Yeah, but hold on.
dependent on so
Here's another
many
question. I
factors.
mean, do you only detect within one band?
No.
Like in some
What do you mean?
harpoon type radars can only do, are these
No,
loop
here's the
down,
thing.
C down, or
Detection
whatever?
that the actually the US has few types of detection. Um, because DRV only has one. You have detection, and detection is the early warning is abstracted, the means by which you make it. So anytime the guys are on the map, you perform detection. In the detection phase, which we will have now, because
Okay.
other phases we skip. Random first game phase is random events, which is skipped here because of the special rules of the scenario. Then there is a jamming phase, which we don't have because no jamming aircraft too early in the war. And then we have detection. And detection you roll for each counter that is in the air.
Okay.
Both sides have detection level, which actually, if you open, there is game state window, F12 hotkey. If you can open, I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here you can mark your detection level of both sides. So the Americans have detection level of F, so the worst that is possible, and Vietnamese have C, which
So
is
it's
like
the
okay,
average.
the A is the best. The detection level goes from A to F. Uh,
And
and
what
this is detection.
generally?
This is detection of for US. It is detection by any early. Well, I don't think they had early warning aircraft at this point, but any early warning aircraft, ship radars, and
And that's just defined by the scenario based on
that's defined
the
by the
year and
scenario.
generally the
Yes.
airframe types they're in.
Yeah, the scenario determines what type of detection is for both sides.
Hmm.
So F, because the only means I think that this point Americans had were like destroyer pickets in the Gulf, trying
Hmm.
to find aircraft above the Vietnam, which is terrible way to do. So this the describes like this type of early warning. For Vietnam, it's of course radars and some ground
Hmm.
observer stations and stuff like that. And this is the only way the Vietnamese can detect aircraft. US has two more options. First of all, if any Vietnamese flight in the detection phase is 5 hexes from any US aircraft, they can visually try to spot them. Vietnamese don't have that because they were not trained to look for the aircraft like by themselves.
Hmm.
Mostly they performed ground control intercepts where ground control would direct them towards the target and they were looking what they told them. But US was trained in trying to actively
Visual
spot
acquisition.
enemy in the air. So
Right.
if Vietnamese
So-
aircraft are close to the US aircraft, that they can perform additional visual detection.
Okay, so that's
And
in addition to that 5 hex rule? That's in addition to the 5 hex? I get 5
no,
hex
no,
rule or...
that's the 5 hex rule, because the detection at F level is performed anywhere on the map.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
performed
okay.
anywhere on the map regardless, and visual detection is only performed if you are 5 hexes or less from the US aircraft. And if you happen to have F for Phantoms, they can also perform radar detection.
Mhm.
But this is
Yeah, well, that didn't come out
limited
yet,
by
right?
many factors. Like you can't look for targets that are below you, for instance, because of the ground clutter. And there is few rules that modify different types of F4 radars. I will need to look it up when we go there. But that are the types of detections.
Okay.
And this is on the table. So, oh yeah, and I need to see one thing. So this is the DRVR deployment and US deployment. So I should now place my counters of my aircraft that will enter on this turn. I'm placing them just outside. Yeah, and actually let me double check that, because now I need to deploy aircraft. I need to see though if I need to deploy all of them. So DRV some setup, because now we have, after your air deployment. Okay, US
Yeah,
setup.
US deployment phase. Yeah.
Yeah, US setup. There's all flights in the first game turn off the map edge. Ingress. They begin the.
I mean, I don't have any fire cannons to start with either, right?
Nope, you don't. This will help us
And
focus
that's
on
because the
the
Soviets haven't given it
R2.
to Vietnam
No,
yet, right? Yeah.
no. This is the point. I need to check when, but I think the SAMs were given in around 67.
All right. This scenario was 65. I think I just looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, October
Okay,
65. That's pretty darn
let me
early.
double check one
This is very
one
early.
of this is very early, yes,
Mm-hmm.
scenario in 65, just soon after the war started, I
By the
believe.
way, I just rewatched the Ken Burns series, and man, it's so good. It's really good. I forgot how good it was, and it's still a relatively new series. It was from
I
2017.
don't know if we had it anywhere, because I
You
haven't
can,
heard about it.
if you can find it, it's worth watching. It's pretty thorough. It's very good. Yeah, I had watched it when it originally came out, when it was on PBS, and then I just turned on the PBS documentary channel on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I'll give them a free plug there. It's good. It's worth doing. There's a bunch of good documentaries on there. There's another really good one about Northern Ireland too, by the way, which
Oh,
is
that I
extremely
would
well.
see.
It's very well. It's very well done, by the way. All right, so
Okay, so I'm setting my flights just outside the map. The user player sets up flights entering on the first game turn. They begin. Entry. Okay, so they will enter on first game turn. Although I don't know if all of them will enter the map, I will set them all. And that's interesting. Why they don't have?
so some of
Sorry.
yours can be dummy as well. Is that correct?
No, US has no dummies,
All right.
but you do not know. At least you shouldn't. Which one
What
are?
types are which? Right.
Yeah, what types is which, unless you
Detect.
visually identify them, because when you detect them you only know they are there,
It's a blip.
but you
Yeah.
need to visually identify them, which means go into dogfight or anti-aircraft fire. If they score hit, they
What
are
type of?
identified
I
as.
mean, we've had this argument on in Harpoon 5 land too. What type of early RWR, radar warning receivers do these aircraft have, if any?
This had none at this point.
Right. None of
No,
neither side, correct? Other than
neither
maybe the
side
Phantom
had
later.
no way of, yeah,
So like the even
radar
the Super
detection.
Sabers and stuff, the F-100s and
Later
such.
Super Sabres have them, but only because, and I need to look into that. Super Sabres were first dedicated seed platforms, and I think they were brought for this reason. I don't know if Super Sabres were used for anything before seed, but Super
Right.
Sabres had them as first probably because they were first seed platforms. This is where seed, so suppression of enemy air defenses, was born, and first RWR were used.
What about like the Thunder Chiefs, the F-105s?
They had this depends on the year because at
Okay.
the beginning
Yeah, that's what I
none
thought.
had any radar warning because there were
Uh-huh.
no radars to be warned of. When SAMs appeared on the scene, they started to put them on, and as years went by, they were improved, changed. There was a lot of change. You can just tell what type because it it was so fluid and changing, but it was mostly some. Yeah, I would need to read about that because Thunder Chiefs, and depending on the type and year, they had RWS that could tell them basically the bearing,
Uh-huh.
maybe strength of the signal, and if they were attacked by missile. I mean, they had probably it only showed you the light that said, oh, this is maybe early warning, this is SAM, and this is SAM attacking you. Which wasn't the problem. There was only one type of SAM, so they will know what we're about to hit them. There is book about it by Osprey, I think. SA2 versus Thunder Chiefs versus Seed. I need to reread that because I read that and I think they explained in detail how the RWR worked on it. I have
And then
one
what
technical
was
problem because I flip these guys and they lose the ID, and I will be I will be, confused myself who is who in a second. What is happening?
just write it down as well.
I probably will need to on, but I don't know if label. Okay, I will write it on
Exact
label
label. Okay.
then
Mhm.
because there is also generic ID option which I can add.
I didn't even know. I didn't know the F-111 was developed by this time too. Not yet. Not quite. But you're
111? No,
you're
I
when did
don't
it? It was
think so. It
64.
was
Hold on. Oh, the prototype was
111.
flown in 64, but they came in later, like in the 70s. In the early 70s, they showed up.
They I think 111 was already like in the works,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't in the works soon enough to be in Vietnam, or they wouldn't use them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know that much about F111, but it was when it was created, it was almost a strategic asset. It wasn't really a tactical aircraft. So they
God,
might be restricted to the Western Europe.
I completely forgot about the F5 too, man. It's a nice little aircraft too. All right, cool. God, there's so many. Yeah, there's a lot of different variety of aircraft during this time period.
Not only, but when you talk about Thunder Chief had so many variants and so
Yeah,
many sub
that
variants
for
and
me, that's
versions.
been my. I mean, I love the Phantom too, but which DCS is coming out with, by the way, that looks pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it looks
And
amazing.
the Thunder Chief was one of my favorites, and then of course Super Saber. Man, there's so many good. The Starfighter too. I forgot about the Starfighter. All right,
Oh
cool.
my God.
Yep.
Okay,
Really
so
good. It's a very interesting time for aviation, I think.
very,
Uh,
yes, it was time when,
a lot of different technology was starting, only starting, really.
yeah, and developed because of this
Right.
war.
And
Pretty much the whole first Gulf War success was mostly based on the experiences of Vietnam and lessons learned there. Okay, let me confuse myself. God damn it, this is the only thing that is kind of tough for me in this game. I will need to recheck these counters probably in a second few times before I remember who is who. These generic counters. It need to confuse enemy, but it also confuses me.
Okay, so you as that side, you don't have like a floating mechanism that's showing you the true value.
No,
That'd be kind of nice.
in physical game you also don't have it. I can
Right.
just double check the counters on my flight log, but I don't
I
think
now
there
call
is.
that I now call that the littoral commander effect, because in that game you have some of these, they're great
Mhm.
pieces. It's a great game, by the way. But
Oh yeah,
it's like they're all like, I can barely read them even if they're like right in front of me. So then I can't tell what's in a stack. It's just like F
yeah.
F what F type 55.
But
Oh, one.
that's the problem with any game where you have this level of double blind.
Mm-hmm.
And you will call, okay, so this is my flight. They will enter. This is during the US deployment, by the way, pre-raid setup. This is what will be. I didn't stack them all, but they will be entering, and you will immediately almost see who is. I will try to confuse you as much as I can, but you will immediately see who is the main raid, who might be, the combater patrol, and that's historical. The, the strict way the US performed it, it was very easy to distinguish raids from what hybrid. So that will be a thing. Okay, and oh man, I forgot. Yeah, I for. Oh man, yeah, I.
You're
Okay,
right.
now
You
I
don't see the
remember because
damn.
I
You don't
choose I
see the
choose them
damn
to enter.
tags if they're flipped. I'm confused now. Which one's mine too? Because the same reason. Okay, that sucks.
Okay, you need to label. I don't know why they did that, other than confuse other player, but why it need to confuse you also? Because I don't know if there is option to add labels that only you can see when it is flipped. I don't think it is even technically possible with the vassal. These are the guys. These are
But if I
Jesus
put a label
Christ.
on these, aren't you? Oh, never mind.
Label, I will see label too, but you can
It
at
doesn't
least
matter.
give this A, B, C, D label.
Yep,
Or if you click, there is
that's what I had done.
generic
Yeah.
ID. If you do generic ID, I think this also, yeah, that's fine with me. How you did that? Okay, how will they enter? Yeah, oh my God, did I screwed it this much? Oh, no, okay, that's yeah. I now I see why I wouldn't like to fly low, but let's try that. So all of them will be entering on the deck, which means they all go undetected. Because the warning level you received only
Right,
made
but
flights at
if you do
medium.
deck for too long, is there not some sort of
Yeah, that's
probability of
the only
failures?
thing that I know. You do not get any like any negative stuff when you are on the deck. I think that's maybe there should be some if you fly too
If
long.
you try to do Napa for more than like a
my
couple
my
turns, I would think.
only yeah I don't know how much nap of the earth it is. The only drawbacks I
Right.
have right now are I can't cross these ridges, so I needed to fly around them. Another one is that I need to pull up to bombard, and the only real problem now I see, I will be flying pretty slow compared to the medium altitude.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
that's another reason to potentially start your caps a little, at medium, just so you can speed your way to where
yes.
your detectors out here on the coastline, the people
Yes,
working with
but if I find
might
you
have more
and my
flexibility.
cap try to get you, then you're toast. Probably,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
We know how
So
dice can be brutal on Vassal in particular for some reason.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vassal. I don't know what's the deal with the Vassal random uh random generator is, but it's not random.
You can blame
Uh,
Java on that. probably.
Yeah, you can blame Java for that because that's what they're using. Okay, so we have now DRV change to DRV radar. What was DRV radar? Okay, I think we just in DRV radar you can switch your radars on or on if you want to before the game begins, which means we skip this one.
I'm sorry. Which as far as within detect, is this? Are you
Pre
talking?
pre-raid DRV radar
Okay.
phase where you can
May switch on any
switch
fire.
on
I don't
raid.
have any.
You
Oh,
don't have
AAA can
any.
be activated too.
Okay, so we are going for the first turn of the actual scenario.
So there's something to say. There's something to say then to keep everything inactive, especially if your air forces need to potentially go through that area, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't want
Yes.
to turn your AA on unless they're ready to rock and roll, really, ultimately, right?
You don't want to turn AAA to let your flights fly around, and you don't really need to, because if I enter AAA zone, you can always activate it. So there is no real need to activate AAA at the beginning if you don't need to.
Now,
And
radars would have been beneficial because they have detections out to like
Yep,
8,
but
right?
but
Yeah.
it also, if we are later in the war and I have
Speed,
anti-radiation
yeah.
missiles, it
Yeah.
makes
Arms.
them easy targets if they are turned on.
Yep. Decisions. That's the thing. It's like you think this game would be boring, right? Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's not.
No, it's
There's a
not.
lot of decisions to make. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. I think it teaches you that
Yeah,
this type of game is quite fun.
sure.
Actually, it's like a
Okay, so first phase, we'll be skipping random event phase because special
right.
rule for the scenario tells us to. We'll be skipping jamming because, as we already alluded, no one has jamming or radar or really on-map radars or any, electronic warfare equipment of any kind at this point. Now detection. So you
Go to
can't
10.2.
detect me yet, I think, because I am outside the map. My detection level is dependent on the type of early warning. That's at least what I think of, because I just set up outside my entry point and I will be entering during movement phase. But I do detect you, I think. So my detection level is F, the most abysmal. And I detect you. I roll for each counter that you have.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing for just 1 second, and I'm going to change my thing real quick. Give me
Okay.
1 second. All right.
And I will see what modifiers there are against.
I'm going to do it so I just show the vassal. All right, so
Okay.
I'm just showing the vassal. Now I'm going to go look at.
I don't know what
such.
you are showing people.
Let's see. Downtown, where are you?
Okay, what do you want to
Which
show?
table are we looking at? Well, as you talk about a table, can you
sure, a
describe which
detection
seats
table.
it's on?
Yeah, I think you can show the tables. This game is
it's-
one of the most sought out game I think there is.
You mean as far as
It
physical
goes to
copy?
physical copy downtown. Downtown, periodically people are asking GMT if there will ever be reprint of downtown.
Reprint it, yeah. All right. Well,
And
whatever. I just want to be
it goes
respectful.
nowhere, so I don't think this game will be reprinted ever.
Let me put it this way: I'm trying to be respectful of the original copyright, just so I do it with any games that still do have copyright. So I'm just trying to teach my brain to never show this stuff until.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So which table? We'll describe it in full to people.
Okay, though it's detection table. There are columns that are based on the detection level, which now I'm looking at F.
All right, now, so we're looking at the player aid. All right, so it's a table. Okay, so we're looking at the detection level, and then we have to dice against it. What type of modifier?
Yeah, I'm looking at the modifiers. Against DRV flights, it's -3 if you are at low altitude, -5 if you are on the deck.
Okay, I'm neither right now.
Yeah,
So,
and -7 if you are at the deck in RAF. I think it's
but
pretty much
with your
impossible
F
for me to
level, it
find
looks
you.
horrible. Your chance of this is pretty.
Yeah, I need to have
abysmal.
15 or more. I think
How
when
many
you are on
dice?
the deck, it's impossible for me to find you.
Right.
But you are not. So I can find you if I roll 15 or more on 2d10. So let's start with this guy. Yeah, nothing. Oh, that was close. This guy. Oh, and now here's the thing. If he is a real flight, you flip him to detected state.
Okay,
If
hold
he's
on.
a dummy, you just remove him.
Let me see what I can't even freaking remember. Hold on, I gotta find my damn. Okay, I gotta find it.
Uh,
Give me a second.
the US operators
That
were
is
very proficient today.
okay. So
This
that's
is
a real
B.
one. It's a real
Then
one.
you flip him to the detected side. Just flip him. You do not replace him with the actual counter yet
Yep.
because he's detected, but he's
And
not
then this one,
identified.
and that's it, right?
And that's it. Yes. If he would be dummy, you remove him, but you can recycle dummies. You could then, if you lose contact, if for instance I would lose contact on this guy later, you can generate dummy on him and you can swap him with dummy, or you might not swap him with dummy. So you can try to confuse me even more. Okay, this guy, abysmal, and this guy, no. So these
Okay,
are
so you don't.
undetected. Yeah, they are undetected. I know that this is the real flight. But as I said, and you can remove dummy at any point during the game. You can just say at any point that because you can have only 2 dummies per scenario. Scenario tells you how many dummy flights you can have, but at any point you can remove dummy and then you can reuse it somewhere, like on the airfield or in the air. But only if
I
the
can
guy.
just pull it out at any time. I can just throw it out there.
Yeah, you can, because you can have more than 2. So
Yeah, I
if you
know,
want, for
but
instance, confused me about this guy, you can take dummy from anywhere else, and then you can reuse it with this guy, but only if this guy will become undetected again.
oh, oh. So are you saying then that for every one you have a dummy? That's basically what you're saying.
You have just allotment of dummies
Right.
given you by a scenario. You cannot have more than 2 for
Right,
this scenario.
but okay, so if I was to take one away right now, that
Mhm.
goes back in my pool of dummies.
Yeah, that goes back to your pool from
It's
which
my
you
new
can
band
reuse
name.
it.
So then, but when do you use it? When like in the next VP in the next purchase
No,
phase?
so,
Is there
no,
like a
no, 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 no. You know what? Maybe when we get there, I will tell you. But when there is the phase in which you check if you lost contact. Okay, remember there is such a
Mhm,
phase when you check if contact is
mhm,
lost.
mhm, mhm,
If I lost contact, this guy will be flipped to undetected site for any reason.
mhm.
You can generate dummy on him,
Oh,
and you can swap you
oh
can
wow,
either
that's
swap
weird.
or not. You can generate dummy on this guy that looks exactly like this guy, and then you can decide
But
if
so in
you
other words, I need
swap
to.
their
So in other words,
identity or not.
so I need to go ahead and take my dummy back in case so that you don't burn it,
No,
right?
but you can take dummy back at this moment when
I
this
know, but
happens.
but if I don't do that, then you could try to detect it and you would make it disappear, right? And I
Yeah.
can't reuse it, right? At that point.
No, when the dummy disappears due to my detection, it gets back to your pool.
Oh well, forget it then. I'll do that. Oh, I know. I thought there
No,
was some
no, dummy.
benefit.
You can have just 2 dummies, and if for any reason dummy is removed from the map, it gets back to your pool.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Okay, so that's
But you can only
detection.
deploy it if you're actually deploying real aircraft. Otherwise, right? Do you know what I'm saying?
You can also deploy them. No, you can have only dummies in the air and
Oh,
guys on the ground.
so
That's
you can just sit
not a
there. I can
problem.
just sit there and. All right. So there's no real detection resource pool on your side, though, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
you can have only dummies in the air. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, so now there is a movement phase, and movement phase works like this. You as a Vietnamese player always decides who goes first, or rather who draws the cheat to see how many flights are
So
going.
where
Either
is
you
that depicted in Vassal? The chits.
mm, Okay, cheats, you have DRV pool and you have US pool. It's
Okay.
the buttons.
What
Okay,
the fuck is
yeah,
that? What does that mean?
because in physical game you have 2 caps with markers
Uh-huh.
on which you have number of flights that will move. So if you pull cheat that says, for instance, you now pulled a cheat that says you will move 3 flights, right?
So that's what I do at this point. I
But
just
no,
move them.
don't do it yet, because you as a Vietnamese player decide who pulls from the cap first, US or you,
Okay.
and then we
Um,
alternate. So do you want
I would
to
want you to
pull?
pull. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then I pull, but here's the thing, there are cheats that say 0 flights move. I can pull a cheat that says no
Okay.
one.
I understand.
Okay, so I
Speak
need
up.
to move 1 flight now.
So
So
that's
I will,
interesting. That's an interesting mechanic.
yeah. Oh, and no, oh my God, everyone need to enter on the first turn though? Shit, I might need to double check
It
it
says
later.
under movement phases has flights enter or exit the defensive wheels. Is that in effect here? 711 or
You do
713?
not, but read when, because I think defensive wheels are only available from certain point in the war, from certain date when this tactic was available. I don't think at this point you can use defensive wheels just because of the tactic.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. Okay, I'm just going to read it out, folks. Defensive wheel, the design note. In the defensive wheel, aircraft fly in a circle so that each plane covers the tail. That's interesting. Wheels. This was an early. This was used throughout. I don't think it was
This
used
wa-
throughout, right?
this was no, this was used from at the end of the paragraph. I think
Okay.
it
It
is
looks like
mentioned from
defensive.
when.
Yeah. It says defensive wheels cannot be used prior to 67. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so we are in at 65, which is interesting because this is the tactic that I need
I
to
would
check
think you
when.
would only. I would think you would only use it for like MiG 17s. Some of the early, some of the, you
Yeah,
know.
for 17s definitely, but it's very interesting for me because this is the tactic. I need to see when this tactic was developed because I think it was developed by Luftwaffe during the Battle of Britain. At least
Huh.
this is the first account I heard of it was BF-110s used it
Yeah, I
during
can
the Battle
definitely
of
see that.
Britain when they realized, and only by BF-110s when they
All right.
realized they can't
Because
contend with
otherwise
the
you're not.
regular
I mean,
dogfight.
yeah, when they realized that their stats didn't come anywhere near the enemy, right? You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like they
yeah,
can't
they
turn on them,
performed
so they,
exactly
yeah,
because of that they created this wagon,
yeah,
almost
right,
like
right. The chuck wagon
wagon.
effect. That's what I'll call
Yeah, where if someone attacked, if someone gun on your tail, then the guy friend behind you would shot at him. That,
it. All right.
and
I could
I
definitely,
wonder if it was used before that or was it the first time when this was developed. I need to
I can
check that.
definitely see it being better for any aircraft that had a rear facing machine gun. So that's interesting.
Yeah, but even during Battle of Britain, I heard this was not tactic
Hmm.
that well worked. It was okay tactic, but it wasn't as
I would
successful
think you would
as they
only
would
do it.
hope
Yeah, I mean,
for.
because you had to be mobile, right? You didn't want to stay over the target for too long, right? And then why would you?
No, but
You know what
that
I'm saying?
was as it said, it was defensive tactic to not be
Yes, very
killed.
good. Yep.
It
Hence
wasn't the
defense.
offensive technique.
Okay.
Okay, so I pulled 1 flight moves. I moved one of my flights, and I might have screw up one thing, but
So
let's go
you
with it
obviously
and ask
probably
later.
changed altitude. Am I reading that correctly there?
Me? No, I am going at deck. The thing is,
Oh, you want how many can you
my
go on a
main
deck?
raid. Here's the thing: my main raid has also altitudes written on the flight plan, and I need to stick with them
Mm-hmm.
at least for the bombers. Rest of the
Mm-hmm.
guys can fly, like the escorts can fly as they
As they
want,
wish or as
as
they
they
want to
wish.
react. Yep.
Bombers need to stick to the altitude pre-written, but some of the escorts probably will stick to it also, so I can confuse you as much as I can.
It's not much. Doesn't take much anymore. All right.
Okay, so now you pull, yeah, for you know what, and for this was something that even was in the rules, I think. Let's use this procedure, but during the first few turns, it probably won't be, you know,
Yeah, I know. I understand. But
it
let's do it.
won't who
Let's do it
moves. Yeah,
right.
so now you pull
Yeah,
your cheat.
that's fine.
How many flights you move?
Hold on. Here we go. So I got
Oh,
nothing.
you move
Okay.
0 flights.
So
So
interesting.
I pull again.
That's interesting.
And I
Oh
moved
wow.
5 flights. So I move
Are
this
you
guy.
you need to move all of them, right? Right? You
I
have
need
to
to
move
move
five
5,
if you got them.
and if I have no more else, then at the other side just finishes off
Hmm.
theirs. Uh, and okay, this guy will stay. I will follow my flight plan. These guys stay. Oh my god, and I already confused myself about what's going on. This guy won't enter because they have just this flight plan that they will enter later, and I might
Mhm.
have screwed one thing here rules-wise, but that is logical. What I need to do is I need to enter these guys though, and they can enter up to 2 hexes away. So 1 and 2, and this guy will enter 1 and 2. Let's say they will fly like this. All of them are at deck. I will just place this deck near them. If anyone will fly other than the deck, I will,
Mhm.
move them. Oh, actually, how far is your? Yeah, sorry, this guy will fly in here. I think. No, sorry. Let me. Yeah, I haven't played for some time, so sorry if I stutter.
The other
Mm,
thing to note to ourselves in the audience is that all of these levels of AA on here, these M's, H's, and L's, I think they're one less, right?
yes,
But the L's are L's, right? They're not
else
just
are else
okay.
exactly.
All right.
Mm, okay, so I might have screwed some things, but I'm almost certain I play according to rules. Uh,
All right. So you're still okay. So I pull again, right?
yeah, but at
Okay.
this point, these are the only guys that enter, so now you just move your guys because no more of my guys will enter because
All right. So
these
then,
guys have a flight plan that that is keeping them off map.
okay, let me go look at this.
Some
The
form of
aircraft.
logic need to be used in this game sometimes.
Well, then we're shit out of luck. All right, so all right, so I can go combat, dash, or maneuver. I think obviously I want
No,
to like
maneuver,
if you.
no, maneuver. You have combat or you have dash. Let me look at your guy. Maneuver are
Mm,
the values used to perform air-to-air combat.
okay, so it's just combat
Uh,
and dash as far as general movement, and
yep.
we wouldn't dash. What is the negative effect of using dash again? Like it
You
uses up.
expend fuel.
Yeah,
You
but
expend fuel. You have 12. You have a lot of fuel because you have airfields close to you. You have right now. You have 12 points
12.
of fuel, but you have to expend it because you started them in the air. Because guys started in the air, you have to expend it. So you have 10 points of fuel. Yeah, MiG 70s have them a lot. MiG 21s, I think, have
So I just
less.
want to go 3. So I just want to again. I
Yeah,
just
and
want
by,
one,
by the
two,
way,
three.
you can. Okay, by the way, about this,
And including
because if
dummies, correct?
yes, dummies can fly as however you want, but it's obvious you should imitate the movement of actual planes.
Right.
And
Um.
here's how it works, because if you choose that's another thing. If you choose dash, you have number of movement points from the combat up to dash speed. So if you choose dash, you can have 3 or 4 movement points.
mhm.
If you choose combat speed, you can either have one. You can have 3, regardless of altitude. MiG 17s have combat speed of 3 movement points in each altitude level. So you can have 3 or 2 movement points, but you cannot have less than 2 movement points, and you need to expend all of them.
All right. So you can
And
go,
this
and it's
is and
always just
this is
one
not how
less.
you this is not how you move. Sorry, backtrack your guys, because guys have front facing, and you can't just move
Oh, I thought.
however you
Okay. All right.
like.
Hold on. Let me just. Well, let me fix that then.
Sure.
All right.
No, you have
So
you
these
have
guys probably
movement
would have
lines.
started like this. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah.
they
Place
probably would have
them,
been like
rotate
that.
them however you
Okay. So
see
that's
fit.
fine.
Yeah,
Right, so
rotate
they're
them
back.
however you see fit. Sure, we are learning. This is learning scenario.
Probably actually like that because they know where you're coming from, so they're going to be
Yeah,
starting like
pretty
this.
much.
So then it's just by facing, right? So we would go
Yes.
like that.
So if you just want to move forward, you
And we're
just
just
move forward
yeah. I'm just trying to
because.
get.
Mhm.
Let me fix these guys a little bit. And I might just do that. Just because you don't know which ones are still. You know that this one's real, but you don't know any of the other.
Yes.
And this is inactive, so whatever. I don't care. I can go over it
Yeah, you
for
can
now.
go over inactive
Which I
triple
probably
A.
wouldn't do any. I probably wouldn't do this, but whatever. I'm gaming it
Yeah, why not?
because I'm a
At
winner.
this
All right.
point, if you are so far away from the bombers, it's okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
You do
All
not
right.
need to
So
activate your
totally
triple A
done
before.
there. That's all movements. Flights move in initiative order. During movement, flights may engage enemy air
How
units in
how did you
AAA.
move these guys? Oh, from here, one, two.
Just went
Sorry, I I
one,
I
two,
will
three. Right.
be.
You,
Yeah,
you can
but
you just
he
go
he
into
just moved
either
like
of the
this.
first. Yeah. You can go
No,
into
you
either, right?
no, you
You
move
go along
to
the.
on
Oh
the you move
Jesus.
along the you can place guys also
So he
on
would
the
here.
hex spines. Yeah, so he would be here
Okay,
because
that's fine.
turning is not well as easy. I thrown it onto the Discord server.
There's
How
a
much you
certain.
can
Yep.
how much you can turn depends on your speed, on the actual number of movement points you expend during
So it's
turn.
beneficial to stay on face sides, right? To some degree, right?
It
Just like
depends.
yeah, just for logical sense. All right, that's fine.
Maybe it
I
depends
didn't
on the
change.
situation,
Okay,
right?
so at this point, I haven't changed altitude, but eventually I will, of course.
No, because changing altitude, as I said, when you fly with each, here's the thing, with each movement point you expand to fly forward, and you can always only fly forward, like where your face is facing.
Mhm.
And when you expand point to enter new hex or on the hex spine, then you can for free turn up to the free value. There's a table for it.
Okay.
So you can turn for free depending on your speed,
Mhm.
and or you can drop one altitude level. And this is like free stuff you can do for this one movement point. If you want, in the same altitude and in the same space, turn more than a free value, you need to expend another movement point. And if you want to climb, you need to you just expend movement point and you climb in a hex you are in without moving forward.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. But this was movement. Now there is a fuel. So in fuel, you just, if you use dashed or head air combat, you mark your fuel usage.
Mhm.
Some location we skip because we have no SAMs, and now track. So you have the only guy
So this guy
detected.
was the detected. Yeah,
Yeah, so, and I don't know who rolls, I can roll.
it's fine.
Uh, I probably will lose him. Let
That's why
me
I wanted you
see.
to roll.
So 13, let me see. 13. On the F, the guys with the red heart are flipped. So
Okay.
no, so he stays detected.
And this is again on the. Oh, this is the track table. I see.
Yeah, the track table is next to the detection table.
Yeah. Mhm.
So on 13, I flip everyone with the red heart. This guy does not have red heart. I don't know what the names of the suits are. Even in
It's a
Polish,
heart. It's
it's
a
a heart.
heart.
All right, it's a heart.
Okay,
Okay,
you're good.
but there are also
I'll tell
additional.
you. I'll tell you if you get it totally wrong, or I won't, just for fun. All right.
Perfect. So, but there are other stuff that can happen. Flip all detected. Oh, and here's the thing. Flip all detected aircraft of the rolled suits to their undetected side. No results in curly. That's
Yeah, you're talking. You're
yeah,
you're
because
into the
there are
admin phase.
other stuff that can happen. And the only thing I think they missed here, I think your flights, if you are at the deck on in the RAF, you are automatically flipped to undetected side. Um,
Where are you at? Admin phase?
Yeah, now we have a no. Now is sum acquisition phase.
Which we don't
No
have.
sums. Screw that.
So
Admin
admin,
phase.
flights
In
roll for
admin,
disorder recovery. Just go through each one. Remove all spot jamming. Split flights. We're not doing that.
we
Switch
probably
fire can
won't
radar.
do. We probably won't do anything in admin phase other than maybe we'll do something with dummies.
You can activate AAA at this point too if you want.
Oh yeah, you can to shoot at your MiGs, especially.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait,
so
there's
if,
one right there. Alright, parachuting crewman, nope. Roll for crew capture, nope. We're not doing all the CSAR stuff.
no,
Remove
we can
suppression,
skip
no.
to. I
US
think we
player
can
sets
skip
up.
to the second turn.
Okay, so then the US player sets up his flights that will enter the map next game turn off map near their entry point. Which
Yeah, let's say they are here. They should probably enter with the first ones, but they were slow. So random events, jamming, detection. So now, let me roll for your detection first. It will be quicker probably. I have my guys are your guys are not
You're gonna try to
in the.
detect this one.
Yeah, because I don't roll for the guys that are already detected. What I want to see is I need to see how far the radar on F4s can see, but it's like 8 hexes. It's not very far. So yeah, but first I try to detect your guys with the regular detection. So him, 15 or more. Nope. Him. Oh, he's detected.
Hold on. Okay, that's a real one.
Okay, so I know who is the dummy. So I can roll for this guy just for funsies. He's not detected, so I don't know. I don't know. Well, I know, but
I know you won't, because I know you won't remember. I'm just gonna keep him out there for now.
yeah, you can. Yeah, sure. Besides, this might seem like something that is not worth the effort,
Or I
but
can
this
be a
is
real dick. I can be a real dick and put my altitude markers over them. Yeah. If you've ever been at a convention, I don't know.
yeah.
If you've
But
seen
here,
people kind of like put stuff on top of
sure. But there are
metrics.
also there are larger scenarios where you have a lot more aircraft and dummies where this effort is worth more, I guess. Okay, so now you try to detect my guys. My guys are at the deck and not in RAF. So all of them are detected with -2, and your detection level
So I do this on
was
just these four right here, right? Just these.
yeah. You right now you only try to
Okay,
detect.
I'm gonna go from here. Okay, so
Okay,
here's my
you
first
have
one. I rolled a
detection.
5.
You have detection C,
Okay.
which is 12 or more, and they have
Okay, I did
-2. So you need to have 10 or
10
more,
or more.
pretty
Okay,
much.
missed that one. Got this one.
Which one? This one?
This one.
Okay, so he is flipped. He's detected, so he can be attacked.
Okay. This one
Because
right
only detected guys
here.
can be attacked by aircraft.
I detected this one.
No, because you need to have 12 or more, but there is -2 when
Okay.
they are on deck. So you need to have 10 or more
I rolled
in
an
total.
11.
Oh, yeah, but you have minus. Oh, right, yeah.
You
No,
changed
sorry,
the target.
sorry. You need to have 14 or more, right?
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
I
You
just
did it
bet
wrong.
at math.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna try this one.
Okay.
I
Oh,
rolled a
he's
15
detected.
on that one.
So he's detected.
So this guy wasn't detected.
Which
By the
one?
way,
This?
this guy wasn't because we did it the wrong math way. So let me just flip him back.
No, you rolled 12. Oh
Like
yeah, we did the wrong math. Okay, yeah. Math,
I
my
like how you
only
described
weakness.
that the wrong math. Math is never
Basic
wrong. The person using the math is wrong.
basic math, my only weakness.
Stephen Hawking is not pleased. Okay.
Yeah,
Tom, you are incorrect.
okay, so do you want to pull cheats or I don't know
Yeah,
if at this
that's
point
fine.
it makes sense. So
Yeah,
you
just
want
do
me
it.
to move first?
Yes, go ahead and do it.
Okay. Where is it? 4 flights. Okay, so 1, 2. Yeah, they will move so slowly, but that's on me. Okay, and these guys enter. Rest of the guys will be outside, and I think it should. I'm not sure if it should be played like this, but it won't affect game that much, and it will be logical what would happen. Okay, so I moved 4 flights, and these guys will enter on next turn. Let's say that was the plan all along.
You can go
And
whatever you wrote.
these
I mean,
guys,
right? So
let's say these guys
yeah, you
were.
could. Yeah, you can go ahead and bring those in if you want. That's fine. Go
Yeah,
ahead and bring.
let's say they will be just brought here in there is this phase where you place another flights that will enter this turn.
That's
So
fine.
let's say these guys will be placed in this phase here, where
Mhm.
only two of them, right? Because only two of them will enter, and then the last one will enter on the next turn. Okay, so now you pull your cheat. How many flights you move? Because I moved 4.
All right, nothing.
Where is marked move? Oh, really? Oh, god damn
Mhm.
it. I hoped I will see at least some semblance of your movement before my obvious 3,
Uh-uh.
4. And I need to check. So I won't enter your. Okay, so these guys at the end with the last will move there. They have speed of 4, obviously. So with the speed of 4, they can turn for free up to 60 degrees. So they will just turn 30 degrees to, avoid this flag.
Mhm. Speaking of, what is the range again? Is it just same hex and one out at
Yeah,
max,
same hex and 1 out. Same and
regardless of size?
adjacent. Regardless of size, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay.
Okay, so I
Um,
moved all of the guys that will move, so you just move all of your guys without pulling cheats.
all right. So if this guy again, this is a dummy, which you pretty much already know, but who cares? All right. So one, he has a speed of. We're just gonna use the
You
regular
you can you
speed.
can move him however you like, but for this scenario, it's obvious he should imitate MiG 17s.
All right. So then this guy, I'm gonna go a 3. I'm kind of trying to draw. I'm drawing him here over. I'm trying to pull these guys towards my flag, and then I'll get out of the way. I don't know, whatever the hell I'm doing there.
No, you
All
can
right,
you can
so
you can you can go in front of this flag to try
all
to
right, stop.
intercept. Well, your mission shouldn't be to intercept my escorts, right? It should be to intercept the
Yeah,
bombers.
exactly. Which, whatever. Oop, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going down the line. All right, all right, we're coming towards you. Oop.
Yeah. No, we'll learn. We'll see how it goes. It will be fun, I bet.
Damn it! Give me a second. I hate when these things get.
Nah, no problem. Just take your time.
All right. I'm just trying to make it so you can actually see my things.
No.
There you go. Oh,
Okay.
Lord. I don't know why that's.
So let's immediately skip to the track phase to not lose time. Yeah, first few turns will be just detection, movement, track, right? So let's see. You roll first because you have one of my guys detected, and
Mhm.
you have C. So if you can roll 2d10s.
I'm gonna go down the line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4,
No,
5.
you roll once. No, now we roll for the track to see if you lost contact on this guy.
Oh, okay.
And regardless of the number of
I rolled,
detected guys, you always roll once. You
which
rolled
probably means
6, right?
I lose contact probably.
No, you do not.
Okay. All right. So that means
Because
for.
if you look, your detection level is C, so you use C column, correct?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you rolled 6, so it is what's the diamond? Diamond, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I only flip guys who has diamond on their
Yep.
counter, and this guy is a heart, so he
Okay.
stays detected. Oh, and it's curly brackets, so it only applies to flights on the deck. So it would apply it for
Okay.
him if
Would have
he.
if it was the same symbol. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And now I roll for you. I have 2 of your flights detected, but I roll only once,
Oh,
regardless of the number of flights. So I rolled 6 because
why
as
is
you
that?
can see, at the lower rolls you get more than 1 suit, and then you just flip all the guys with the same suit.
Okay.
So I rolled 16 for my F, correct? So I
Mhm.
flip anyone with the heart. So no one.
Okay.
Because you just perform one roll and flip everyone with the same
Yeah.
suit as the roll.
Okay. All right. Well.
And better rolls get you more suits with one tap. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So now it will be, where is the turn? Let us track. So turn 3, detection. So yeah, I will try to detect you. Why not? Let me see this guy. No, and this guy. Poof. Okay, so he's detected. So you need to tell me this is the dummy, and you remove this dummy from the map,
Mm-hmm.
and you keep it in pool or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you can roll for my guys that are on map except this guy because he's already seen. And I will check the radar on the F4s, the range and the other stuff to see if I can try to detect you. Although, oh yeah, they are all
So now
detected.
we're in the next turn.
No, now you roll for detection for all my undetected guys.
So let me go from. I'll go. I'm gonna start down on this guy.
What was it? 14,
Roll a
right?
15. Yeah. Roll a 15. So he's.
Which one? It was this or this?
The
The
first.
upper. Okay, so he's flipped. God damn it.
Okay, doing the other one is a no, definitely not. So then right here, nope. Here, yes. This
Damn
guy's
it.
flipped. Okay, this, no.
I should have fly higher but faster. That's the lesson for today. Let me just quickly see.
Because
So
that
now
would have changed my the chance of detecting you.
yeah,
right?
but I see, but it would be chance, -2 modifier. Eh. That's not very. I thought this modifier will affect more, but when you fly slower, but the detection, you will perform more detections, and the chance is not as low as I would love to.
So movement phase, and we do shits, and I choose to make you pull first.
Okay. 3 flights. So obviously 1, 2, 3, and these two guys will enter this turn. That's I believe you do this in the admin phase, so they will be entered. How many? 3. 1, 2, 3.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, the beginning of these scenarios are usually like this. Oh yeah, that's another thing. While you actually, yeah, you might want to keep your dummies. When you pull your cheat, you can move dummy instead of real flight, right? That's the bonus
Eat
also.
that, yeah.
And the one thing we could incorporate into this game, because this was something that was a problem, and it is addressed in Elusive Victory, because if you can see, we pulled these cheats, and like I need to move pretty much the whole flight, right? Because cheats, there were only one set of cheats, no matter how large
Yeah, you
the
could
flights were.
yeah. So dynamically setting the amount, the map.
Yeah, in Elusive Victory, you have two sets of the cheats, one for the large strikes and one for
Formations.
the small strikes, where
Mm-hmm.
if you have less than, I think, 10 flights, you have separate set of cheats,
Mm-hmm.
or you have second number that is lower, where you don't move all your flight at once. This they never incorporated it into Vassal, but we could somehow incorporate it from Elusive Victory for small scenarios. That make the game much better, because here the dynamic for small strikes is skewed a lot. Okay, so you pull how many you move. But yeah, but dummies can help you to move them instead of actual aircraft if you
Okay,
want to.
one.
Oh,
So
for
this is
instance,
the
you can
situation
now
I
move
probably do.
dummy.
Yeah, we
Yeah, you
just
can
move
move
this.
dummy instead of real flight to see where I will move when I pull mine. Yeah, because now I have 4. So 1, 2, 3. That's the first flight. Oh, why 3? Why I move them 3? They should. I move them 3 this turn. Yeah, they should move only 2 because I'm a dumbass. Okay, so 1, 2, and I need to move. Yeah, all of them. That's why the new cheat pool is better. Little. And I hope I am not getting into any. God damn it! If I want to attack you, I need to pull my altitude though. soon. Yeah. Okay, so I moved mine. I moved all my guys for this turn, so you just move your guys. And
Okay, so
this guy,
this is where I need to start making some actual decisions.
yeah,
So what are the obviously MIGs are guns only, right?
right.
So what do I need? What arc do I need to be in order to get a better
You can
shot
you
or
can
not?
be here's the thing, because the scale is abstracted. You can
Yeah, sure.
engage. In order
From
to engage, you can engage in the same hex,
okay,
or from the adjacent hex,
okay,
and
in
you
any
can you
direction.
in well you need to have no you yeah you can attack from any direction, but
Right,
attacking
and then
from
you
the rear gives you benefits.
okay, and then the rear is
And
defined as like the like
the half,
uh,
it's front half and rear half.
okay, all right.
That's the only one,
So
like
just it's
front
just a
hemisphere,
split.
rear hemisphere.
I wish we had like
And
a pool.
if you attack from the adjacent
So
hex,
like,
you yeah,
what
right,
are you
like this.
talking? Oh shit! Give me a second. All right,
There
so
is a
like
table.
this guy right here. So it would be anybody behind this line, inclusive.
That's a good question. When you are like, oh yeah, you know what? That's where. Oh, sorry.
So I would think that rear would be any of
No.
these
I
right
need
here.
to tell you, when the guys are on the hex side. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at because when the guys are on the hex side, they are considered. Oh, they are now not in the
So you're
hex
not on the
side.
hex side right there. So that's the thing.
Yeah,
So
damn it! You know what? When there is a table for it, and it doesn't. The flight is independent forward or forward beam geometry. The attacker.
these guys are
Yeah.
forward. These guys are
There
forward.
is
These
a
guys would be
table
beam, and
for
this is
it,
rear.
and I need to check because I think.
I would think that this is
Let's
forward, this is beam, and this is rear.
Let me see in the rule book,
Right.
because the rule book I think should
These two
define
are
the.
forward. These are beam, and these are rear. Right.
Sorry, I'm looking in the rule book instead
Okay,
of the game board.
that's fine.
But there is the rule book says you there is a line, like, going through,
Mm-hmm.
but it only shows you the situation in which the guys are facing the hex side, not the hex corner. And I don't know.
Well, in this case, we are on the hex sides. So
Yeah, but rear beam, forward arc, forward beam. There is a table where there is writing.
you think it's in the player aid?
Yeah, on player aid it should be somewhere explained, but I'm
Here it is,
looking
right
at it
there.
and it doesn't help. The flight are in the same hex. Uh, yeah, but I don't know when they are. You know, when you go from the side, I think you can choose probably.
Oh, that's right. You are going.
Mm.
Yeah, I would think that seems right. That seems right. You just get you use the better of the two.
You probably are.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah, you
let
just
me
use the
see
better of the two, probably.
if it's explained somewhere in the rule book, because I think rule book does not explain it, because it's geometry. Let's look for this word. Yeah, doesn't
Oh, it says it
exist.
right here. If the attacker is in the defender's, oh wait a minute.
Yes, but for me it's that's obvious. But where I mean, if you fly from here, yeah, maybe worry about it if it happens, because for me the only question is if you fly from here to here, what arc you are in. I would assume the one that benefits you.
I would think that. Let's just go with that until we get corrected. Otherwise,
Yeah, until we find it. Okay,
until we force the rules off their
so
players.
here's the thing. Another limitation, because I am on deck, so you need to attack either from adjacent hex or the same hex. If from adjacent, you need to have your enemy obviously in your front arc, so you need to face him, and you need to be at the same altitude or one altitude band higher than the enemy you attack.
All right. So right now we
And
would
you
not.
perform it during movement. So you perform movement, and when during movement you happen to have these prerequisites,
Mm-hmm.
you can say you engage. And of course, another prerequisite is that the flight need to be detected. You cannot attack.
So in other
undetected
words, you
flight.
don't. In other words, you can basically end your movement mid movement, but you need to at
Yeah,
least
you do it.
mark where your
No,
intending
you
to be.
do it. Here's the thing: you do it mid movement. If you perform dogfight, it ends your movement. It like consumes
It
it
consumes it.
consumes
All right, that's fine.
it consumes the rest of your movement
That's what I
points.
wanted to know. I needed to know. I needed to know that. That's a light bulb moment
Yeah,
right there.
there are special attacks like slashing attacks where you
So
go through
there's not a
formation.
huge amount of tactics involved other than altitude, really. You know
No,
what I'm
there
saying?
are few because you can do when you are attacker, you can perform something that is called slash attack, where you go through formation and fly past.
Yeah.
Then you do not consume your whole movement. You
Okay.
just perform the slashing attack, which has lesser chance, but you are not
Right.
disordered.
Which
You
probably the
do not.
MiGs used pretty
No,
often.
they mix. Yeah, but mix 17 cannot. If you look at the
It just
statistics I sent
doesn't
to
have
you,
enough.
it has no slash attacks by mix.
Yeah.
Because
They
that
just they
involves.
don't have the speed.
No, they don't have a speed, because if you want to perform slash attack, you need to have second turn of dash throttle, and you cannot climb, and there are other prerequisites that are need to be met if you want to perform it.
Okay, so this is still my move, but I need to go get a cup of coffee and I need to pee. So I'll be
Okay, so
all right.
what, in 10
5
minutes I will take coffee too. Coffee
whatever,
break,
5 minutes or so. Yeah.
because I hope we at least make at least one dogfight.
Oh yeah, we'll get there. All right.
Francis,
Just
okay.
right back
See
in a
you
little
in 10. Hey Peter, can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I'm
I
here.
turned off my microphone like an idiot. Okay, you know what? If you look at the okay, there is a whole play rate with arcs and diagrams. I mean arcs and hemispheres.
All right, hold on. Let me go look at the. It's under.
I knew it can't be ambiguous. It's above pre-rate sequence. It's the play rate with 3 giant diagrams.
I don't know if I. Mm, I don't know if I
DT
have it.
tables 01. That's the name of the file.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I know it won't be ambiguous in any way, so we would use this if we because there are
Yeah,
6
that
arcs.
makes. Well, so that means though, if you're again, I mean that makes sense, but so that's rear beam.
No,
But
there is
but if
explanation. If the
you're
target hex or target flight is on a boundary that splits the hex in half, the player controlling the non-target flight chooses which arc it falls into.
right, okay, that makes sense. So the attacker gets
No, the defender actually.
non-target,
Non-targeted. Non? Oh, no.
non.
Yeah,
Yeah,
attacker.
yeah.
You're correct. Attacker, which makes more sense. Yeah.
Right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna keep that handy here. Okay, cool, awesome, good.
Yeah, but basically you want to be, higher.
All right, so
In the rear.
you had moved everything at this point. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Oh boy. All right. So let's just whatever. I'm not gonna get too
And I
fancy.
see
You're just
your ground controller is a total noob because you should absolutely avoid these two fast guys.
right, but I mean, there's not much. If I avoid you, then you're gonna get in my rear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but what you should think about,
It's
you
probably
can
one.
lure me above you can put your triple A, which you have a lot around Haiphong.
Right. Yeah, I know.
You
All
can
right.
put
So
your
this is
triple A
one,
between
two.
me and you and fly above it to or
Okay,
close
so
to
I
the
can.
ground, because if you drop to the ground, I probably lost you. So you always can, hide in ground clutter. Especially that, like a dumbass, I put my strike package at this altitude.
Well, it just makes you. It's making you go
So
slow.
you have, unless you want really to shoot some phantoms out from the sky.
No. But so I should slow and go slow and low at this point. You're saying at this
No,
point, just for
keep fast but low. You can go fast. You have the same speed at each altitude with this aircraft.
with MiG.
Yeah, MiG has, I don't know if you looked, MiG has the same speed at each altitude band,
Okay,
which
so
is
it doesn't
free
matter.
for
Okay.
that.
All
And
right.
here's the thing, so you can fly drop one altitude band, and with second you can drop another altitude band for free.
Okay, hold on.
Because with each movement
Wait.
forward, you can drop one altitude band as part of the movement. No, don't worry, take your time. No rush. Unless you're in the rush, then
Well, I mean,
get on it.
I want to get. So you still haven't detected this, right? You still haven't detected this.
Yeah, this one is undetected still.
Okay. So let me just 1, 2, 3, and then I will move. I will rotate because I get up to 60 if I'm going free.
If you have, yes, if your speed is free,
This crap out of here. Damn, dude. I hate this. Sometimes this sticky.
yeah, with the
Right, so
speed of 3, you can free turn 60 degrees with each movement point when you fly forward.
Oh, per movement point.
Per movement point, yes. After
Alright,
each
so
move
then,
forward, you can
alright, so
you
I
can
would
turn
probably
for
would have done that here, and then I'm gonna go forward, and I'm just kind of giving you something to think about. Whatever, I don't care.
Okay, if you
I'm
if you
gonna
turn here, you shift to the hex toward which you turn. So you move him lower because you on the hex spine you can only be parallel. Oh, so yeah, you do exactly what you did.
okay. There you go.
And
All
with
right, so
each this
then
movement, with each this move, you can also drop one altitude band for free. Because
all right,
if you move forward, you can turn up to 60 at this speed and drop one altitude band with each movement forward.
so he's coming down again. This is a dummy. You don't know that necessarily. You know
Yeah,
it just because of the scenario. But so that's
correct.
the thing. Yeah. See, that's the thing. We need to get some sort of third party to make the scenario so that neither of us know what
Yeah,
it is,
maybe.
and then go only give us half of
Well,
it, and then
that's part of deduction. The only way I wouldn't know that would be if we had umpire that
that's what I'm saying.
controls that the other
We
side
just
doesn't know how
hire
many dummies you have.
right. We just hire somebody to do it. All right. So
Can't like this. No,
so
in
that's
other scenarios it's more
okay. So for
convoluted.
each, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop a level. So you're saying for each point I can drop a level. So that would be
Yes, you
one.
can drop one
I'm
level
dropping
with each
here.
move forward. So you drop
I
to
want
low.
to. At this point, I can't turn. Correct.
No, you can up to 60.
Up to 60. So let me do
With
that.
each movement forward, you can turn up to 60 and
Okay.
drop one level.
Okay. So I'm gonna stay low for now. So one turn free. 2,
1, 2. Now you can
3
turn up.
turn
Yeah.
again, probably something like that. I'm staying at low for now. I don't know why. Whatever. I'm just kind of farting around.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, but I'm just trying to confuse you and make you make a decision and not me make a decision. Haha, the usual. All right, so
Well, I really would like to avoid your flag.
well, right. I'm trying to make you decide. something,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually still be in. All right, so I'm going one. I'm turning left. I'm going. Oh, if I turn left, then I have to shift, right? So one, so two, three. I'm staying. No, I can go down one, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but by the way, you moved forward one because by the way, if you want to turn in place, you need to expend movement point to
No,
turn.
I
You
had
need to
gone
move.
once.
Okay, fine.
But okay, so when I turned, I was not. I positioned myself into the nearest hex, right? That was the right way to do it.
Yes,
Because
yes. You
I
you
was catty
position
cornered.
yourself. You drop from the hex spine to the hex toward which you turn.
Perfect. That's what I did. All right, cool. So I'm slowly
Okay.
learning. I think that's everybody. All right, we're good. We're done with movement phase on our part, at least.
Yep. So fuel
Way, NCN's
uh,
fire on moving
track
fast.
phase.
Yeah,
So we
no
can
fuel phase, no SAM. Into the track phase, you're correct. Now we're going to look at the track table.
What is track table? So
It's
I
right
can.
next to the detection one on the 04,
Yes.
03 or whatever it's called here. All right.
Yeah. So you roll. Let's start with you. So you roll 2 dice. You have detection level of C. Okay. 2. Oh, that was abysmal.
So,
So
so this guy's already so he does
so
not
this guy is undetected, and all of them are undetected because
because of the
that's
symbol.
all
Yep.
suits. If you look at this with the roll
Yep.
of 2,
Yep. Yep.
you
Yep. Yep.
lose
Yep.
all
Yep.
detection.
Lovely.
Let's
And that's
see
just
if
the
I.
one roll thing, right?
Yeah, there
You
are
got
no
to do. You do
modifiers
the
to
same.
it. Yeah, I do the same, only on the worst table. 15. Oh, so 15 at the F, it's diamond, and I believe this guy is a diamond, so he becomes undetected.
Hmm.
And now, when he becomes undetected, you can take your dummy marker,
Hmm.
place it exactly on him, like cloned it. He
Hmm.
will be in the same spot, the same with the same. Yeah, sure. With the same, obviously, facing.
Right. And I can remove the other guy and put him back into the pool.
No,
Okay.
no, why? No, you have two
Oh, he
dummies
has to
on map.
stay.
He can stay because
So he
you still
just.
have two dummies on map. You can't have more than two dummies in flight, and you have. So he stays.
So interesting. So now I
So
can
this because
split that
this
off later.
dummy this dummy can be here,
Right.
right?
He
And
was.
now you can, and you don't tell me. You just mark it somewhere or something. You can either
I could
keep.
either pull them in my inventory, or I can put them on top of somebody else to start with. Is that right?
No, wait. This guy?
He's no longer there, right? Because I took
No,
him. And I
but
put him here.
you could keep him there.
Okay. All
He
right,
could
that's
be there
fine. But
because
why
you
would I
still
at that
had
point?
one because I don't know because as I said you can move him
This is
or
a benefit,
no.
right? I mean, this is making me put a
Yes,
dummy on top,
but you
and
could but you could use for it the one dummy that I already detected previously.
Well, I mean, how do you get
Because
him?
you had one dummy in your pool, the one I
All right,
detected
so can I
previously, and
just
you
go
can
ahead
use
and
him.
so here, watch this. Hold on a second. Where the hell did that go? Damn it! Where the hell are the dummies? Oh, oh wait, yeah, I put it in my inventory. All right, so you're saying I could actually do this too, right? I could
No,
literally.
no,
Why
no.
not?
With him you cannot because he's still detected. It can be only down
Oh.
with guy that is because if dummy is detected, it disappears. You cannot do this with flights that are detected. You do this only because I now lost
He went
detection on
undetected.
this guy.
So then now, oh, that's cool though. That's really cool. That's a cool mechanic though. All
Yeah,
right, cool.
that's nice.
All right, cool. Just
Okay.
if I want to do that again, I'll ask and then
Yeah, sure.
correct me
Lift.
on that.
So let's say you remove this guy and
Yeah.
you have now one more dummy in pool.
Right.
And now when you do when you did this, you decide, and you don't tell me, of course, because you can keep the same identity, like
Right. I've kept
or
that.
you
Yeah.
can swap them, and you don't tell me. For obvious reasons, because if you create dummy and don't swap the identity, I know which one is dummy, right? So you can either keep the same
Right.
the markers assignment, or you can
Or
swap
you
it
can
and
either
don't tell
keep
me.
it or change it. But other than
Yes,
that, though, they're both undetected at this point too.
yes,
So
they're both
when I
undetected.
split later, you're not going to know which one's
Yes, exactly.
the
That's
dummy,
why.
no matter what. And then
Yes.
once you detect it,
Well, I will know, but
but
up to
it
this
might be the
point,
real
I
one.
won't. Yeah,
I got to tell you though, if it's the real one. So what the hell's the benefit of me swapping it? You know what I'm saying?
because this is simple scenario.
Uh,
The benefit might be if I'm on your tail and closer to you, then I need to decide after which one I will go. And if I go after the
Oh, so
dummy
if you've
one,
detected both, I don't. But if you detect one that is a dummy, I'm supposed to automatically take it off.
yes, but as I said, this only seem not useful because we are far from each other
So I
still.
have the option to leave it on. You're saying?
Yes. If by leave it on, you mean
Okay. Here's a situation. I
Mhm.
have
You do not need to create it. You can just flip the guy to the
okay,
undetected side, and that's it.
okay. Let's just say I have two aircraft sitting right here and here. Okay.
Yeah.
One of them, they're both detected. You see the identity of each, right? A and
Hmm.
B, but you don't
Yeah.
necessarily know whether A or B is a dummy at that point.
Yeah.
What you had told me
Yes.
before was that if it's detected, you burn it off and it goes back into your inventory.
Yes.
So then it's kind of like automatic dummy detection at that point because you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
But let's say you have two aircraft here, okay, and I have interceptor here
Hmm.
because you for instance you created dummy here and you split here and here,
Right. And you
and I am
haven't detected
here.
it yet.
Then I need to decide. And let's say I am here, so I need to
But you
decide.
haven't detected it yet. You haven't
Yeah,
detected either
yeah, I
yet.
haven't detected it yet. I am close to you on your tail, and I need to decide I am going
Okay,
after
well that
this
that
guy
that
or
makes
this
more
guy.
sense. But the thing that doesn't make sense is me flipping the IDs because the IDs don't mean anything at that point really ultimately. You know,
At that
it's just
point,
kind
no, and because of Vassal, it means when you play physical game and you see, when you take marker and place it
mm-hmm,
and what ID is on
because they
marker,
don't have
because
labels
yeah, because markers have
All right,
labels
okay, that
printed
makes more
on them.
sense. That makes
So
more sense. That makes more sense. That was the light bulb right there. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
thank you.
because with physical components you have counters with printed
Yep, yep,
letters,
yep,
and
yep,
you
yep,
know which one was on the board when you
yep,
do these flips
yep,
and
yep,
switching.
yep. All right, cool.
Okay,
Let's get through at least one dogfight here.
yeah. So we skip to the detection of turn 4.
Okay.
Yeah, let's fly enough. So you know what? So in order to skip it further, let's do quick detection. So here I am doing. Oh, and you are on deck with both of these guys. God damn you.
Yep.
And it's not rough, right? It's not this
No,
greenish color. So
no. There's a way
it's
to divide it.
-5.
Yeah,
So wait, can I even detect you on F? I need to
probably
have
not.
15 or more. So at natural with natural 20, I think I detect you.
Yeah, I
If
think
I
that's
roll 20, then it's 15. Yes.
yep.
So only
That's
on
why I did
natural
it.
20.
Yep.
Okay, so the top guy and the bottom one. No. And this guy is detected so far, so whatever. And you detect,
This is oddly detailed. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It captures just about everything, but it's not too
Hmm.
cumbersome.
Well, and this guy will enter. Oh my god, the trail I made there. God damn it. Okay, so you try to detect me. Yeah, these guys are. We almost can skip this if you want for another few turns. These
That's fine.
guys are.
I mean, it's the strike package where we're concerned whether we're going to get in a dogfight with your guys coming after my guys, pretty much.
If
Your
yeah,
cap is my
there are some points where you need to use common sense. Where, for instance, we do not need to roll for them constantly unless you decide that
just move them up. I mean,
I am
if you want.
close enough, yeah, and move them up by, but roll for them. That might have.
So
They are
no,
on deck,
probably
so
no,
again 14. Okay,
probably
so
no,
they are
no.
undetected. And during movement, let's. This is game that sometimes require at some points just common sense, right? So I will move them.
Just kind of get
Uh,
them wherever you're trying to go.
And now we can pull for them if you want. That I can pull for them. Let's
Just go
say.
ahead and just move one of them for now. Let's just alternate one and one.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Just keep it going.
That's fine.
Just to keep it going.
Wait, where is your? Oh, here. Yeah, and I'm wondering if
You know what?
should.
It's actually it makes better sense in some regards if you get within a certain distance of each other that you go one on one. For me,
Yeah, or pull. No, sometimes pull is interesting when you are close because who goes first and who gains initiative. That's also
okay.
fun.
I guess that's
But it works better with this set of counters that have lesser number of flights moved from the elusive victory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, but we have a friendly game, right? So we can alternate movement. So move one of your guys now. So we can alternate it. I'm fine with that. I don't play it for, it's not a tournament. I just want to have fun with this system.
So I moved one of them, and you don't know if it's the dummy or not at this point.
Yep, because I don't know if you switched them or not. Here I don't even see what's happening because vassal, right? As I said, on the physical map, in physical copy, you have more clear vision of the counters. Here vassal helps in confusing you because I can see the labels on them.
All right, so I did one. So go ahead and move your other one, I guess. Or that's what we're just gonna do. We're just gonna
How can I don't like this okay, but you know what? Oh, you're on low. Okay, so this guy will wait.
Well, I
Let
don't know.
me.
That might have been a mistake. I don't know if this is actually. I think they were both on the same, right? So these guys are deck. These guys are both deck.
Yeah, they both should be deck because when you clone them, they are
Yeah,
exactly
they
the
should have.
same for obvious reasons. Okay, so this second guy will fly 1, 2, 3, and for the fourth movement, he will climb to low.
Okay. Interesting.
And when you are on the deck, I think I pretty much can't use radar on F-force against you. Oh yeah, and I need to check 5. I think it was 5.
So you've moved all these, right? Both of these.
Right.
Okay, so.
And I am close to visual detection, so
Right,
I
and
need to
you
remember
have.
about that.
And I don't necessarily even. Well, first of all, you're not detected. But when would I know your type?
When you combat me.
Oh.
Or there are 3 situations. One involving SAMs, so I will skip it. But if you perform dogfight, you learn about my type, and if anti-aircraft fire scores hit against you, then you also learn the type.
Okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna go 1 for my third, and I will. I'm gonna stay low there.
Ooh,
That's that. Okay.
Radar on F-force actually have
So this guy's
12 hexes of range. Ooh.
All right, that's it for now.
Okay, so we can
Probably go another, right?
track phase to see if I lost you. Where are you? This guy on
I think
low.
this
Okay.
guy. Yeah, sorry. God,
This
I
is
wish
the
I could
only
get someone to
guy
undo.
because you have no detection to me. So what
Right.
did we? Oh, we did detection. You just screwed up. Poof. 9. So the guy with the yeah, exactly. What's the name of this? Because this I don't remember. Black Heart, I think we call this
It's a
in
spade.
Polish. Spade, right? I should know that. Actually, I know better. Okay, so spade is flipped. So this guy is flipped, and here you can also create dummy on him if you want, because you still have one dummy.
Mm-hmm. This I like. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Especially
I need to see because I'm not sure if there were any at this point. There might be some limitations to how close I can get to High Fong, because early in the war there were many restrictions on how close they could fly. High Fong was restricted because they were afraid the Russian ships that were visiting it at this point would be, bombed, and they would kill some Russian civilians, advisors, whatever, Soviets, right? And I think it was somewhere written that I can't get too close to Haiphong, but I won't in this situation. I made a
You won't in
mistake
this
because
situation because of all the. I mean, there's a bunch of AAA there too. Right?
that's true, but I might need to brave it at some point.
Yeah.
Especially that even medium here are light, and even medium if I am at higher altitude is I may need to risk it. Okay, so I
Well,
lost track of you.
in order to get in and get at me, yeah, sure. Yeah, in this scenario at least.
Yeah, but if you also activate it and you are not on deck, you will be attacked too, remember?
Hey, sometimes you just gotta
That's
take it for
that's
the
why
cause. Sometimes you gotta take it for the
Yeah, but
cause.
but but if you fly at the deck, you are not attacked. That's
Okay.
one thing. At the deck, you are not attacked, and that's why you should also place this between you and me, and not necessarily be above. Let's say I can go above 5, although I will probably try to get this guy if possible. So we had
But
track
which
phase. We now,
one?
yeah. So now we have detection phase, right? Oh, and now I will have a problem. Look at it. I will have a problem because I need to roll 20, right? Um, okay, so now detection. So top and bottom here. I'll only detect them on the 20. Okay, now here I think it's better because you are at low. It's -3. Okay, when you are at low, it's -3. So I need to get 18, correct? My math gets better. Top, bottom. Okay, so they are not detected. Now let me check. It's not 5 hexes away. Oh, and by the way, when guys are on the hex spine, they are considered occupying both adjacent hexes.
You
You,
just
you
use the
can use
better.
both them.
You just use the better of the
Okay,
range.
7. But here's the thing: radar has 12. F4 radars, and I will tell you these are F4s, right? I don't need to tell you which one is looking, because if I perform radar detection, you perform only one detection, regardless of how many aircraft actually has you in radar coverage. But radar range of F4s, only F4s have radar, because yeah, that was the only aircraft with proper like air interception radar. It has 12 hexes of range, but it can only look in the forward, not hemisphere. It can, let me
Yeah,
see,
I saw what I saw that. So it's probably like right here.
forward arc. It's forward arc.
Yeah, so it's like here.
Forward arc. They are on what? They are facing forward.
Right, so it's this and
So yeah,
that.
so forward arc. No,
This
actually,
and that.
forward arc is. Oh, I don't know. You can see my ruler.
No, I can't. But it's
Okay,
it's like
but forward arc is only, yeah, if you stop clicking. Sorry.
here.
Forward arc extends along this line, so they are outside the arc. But also there is something called look down, because these are early radars that have problem with discerning targets from the ground. So it applies if the target is at an altitude below that of the F4. So
In this
here
case, not.
it, but wait, but there is more. If the F4 comprises B, C, D, or E aircraft, which it is because these are early aircraft, look down also applies if the target is at low bend or the deck and the F4 flight is at the same altitude. Only F4J Navy late F4 is not restricted like that, because they had, I think this was they had
Down,
the
shoot
first
down.
Doppler, radar,
Right.
which better discern target from the ground clutter. But if I am at the same altitude, if you are at low or deck, and I am at the same altitude as you, I can't look for you. And if I am above you, I also can't look at you with radar. So if you are at the deck, I can find you with my radar pretty much. I can search for you. But I can visually, when I get to
5.
Oh, sorry, no, 4 hexes. Yeah, my bad. I thought it was 5. I'm looking now. 4 hexes.
Okay.
Okay,
That's for
so
both of us, or
detection.
just,
So
and
now
that's
you roll
not by altitude.
detection for these two guys. I guess you roll
All right, I'll do the
detection.
first one in the front. 13, no. 8, no, probably.
Oh,
Right.
wait. Because this guy is at low, he's easier to spot.
I
Now.
rolled an 8 though, so.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah, you
Yep.
won't be able
So
to.
we're not seeing each other, and then we're not within any. We have no detections, so we can't do any like BVR. I mean, like the Phantom can't. Does the Phantom have BVR missiles at this point?
Oh man, BVR it has with AIM 7s, but there were so many doctrinal restrictions that you pretty much can't use it. And this is not the limitation of the equipment, but the rules of engagement were that US aircraft couldn't attack enemy aircraft unless they identified them
Mm,
visually.
mm,
Which led to some tactics where there was usually a guy that was flying, in front, trying to
mm-hmm,
confirm target. But you
mm-hmm,
can't use there are rules for BVR, but in downtown you can't use them pretty much to the late war where you have IFF interrogators and
mm-hmm.
some modified tactics. At this point, they couldn't, without visual identification, they couldn't engage their targets. Can't remember why. If they were afraid that Chinese were attacked or something. Can't remember what was the reason, but they couldn't.
Possibly. Well, I mean, I would assume there's not much civilian aircraft going through here, but whatever.
Maybe there was some reason. I can't remember which one, but sure.
All right.
Okay, so we failed detection here. So we go to
Or
movement, or
next
do you
turn.
want to find these guys? No, now we had
Just
detection. Now
movement. Yeah, we're
movement.
not. I can
Two.
go ahead here. I can just go down the line if I get a good roll, which I've got a pretty good roll on that first one here.
Yeah, but you need to
What do I
have.
need?
Oh yeah.
18. What do I need? 15 or better?
16, I think.
Okay, so I'll
Accuracy
go down the
12.
line.
No, 14. You need to
All
have
right.
14.
Second one, no. Third one, yes. Fourth one, yes. Fifth one, no. Sixth one, no. Last one, yes. All right. All right.
Mhm.
That's that for detection. So now we're into movement of turn 5, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I already moved these guys. So I can move my guy. I'll pull. Yeah, I can move my guys. You are on deck though. Okay, so you know what I will do? Let me just open my shit. F4s have only 5 fuel points.
So you're gonna dash them. You're gonna dash on
Um,
the deck. Does it even allow you to dash on the deck?
yes. Yeah, deck is very loose term in this game. You can dash on deck, absolutely. These are Navy pilots. You think they won't?
They borrowed them from Argentina.
Okay. I don't know what happened in Argentina at this time in 60s.
Oh, there was a
There
whole
was
war. There was a whole war with Chile, I think.
yeah, or was it the time of their civil war then?
With Brazil and such. Yeah, I think that Mariano was going to write a book about that. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a conflict. It was kind of during some of the Peron. Is that right? Some of the leadership changes there in Argentina, and then they were kind of
It was
people were trying to.
constant, I
Oh yeah,
think.
yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of stuff. I think he was going to do a book on it, so that was the last thing I had interviewed him. He mentioned, so that's cool.
Okay, you
All right,
know
so
what? To be fair to you
I,
and everybody, because I don't know, math strikes at me again. Oh no, sorry, no, okay. Because I
movement,
thought
right? So let's do.
I thought I flew too fast with the phantoms, but I looked at the loader.
No, I
They're
don't think
not
so.
clean.
I don't think you were. So let's do the pools. Let's go ahead and use the initiative pools this time. I'm
Okay,
gonna have you pull
so
first. Go ahead and pull.
poof.
Start moving.
Okay, so I will move both my guys.
Do I?
Yeah, and
I
they
do
need
I
to get.
always have that initiative, or do you ever win the initiative?
You always have that initiative. That's because you are on your turf.
Uh-huh. I guess that
Re,
means I
re,
got extra people with binoculars out there.
It means you have peoples with binocular at all.
Right, right,
you,
exactly. Sure, sure.
you
All
are
right,
on
cool.
your territory with your radars, your terrain, everything is yours. I have some destroyers here that try to find you above ground.
All right. So
Uh,
pull a chit.
yeah, I pulled the cheat. I will move both of my guys, and now
Pull a
I
chit,
will.
Chet.
Yeah.
From Chet from Weird Science. Remember
Oh yeah.
the brother at the end that turned into a big pile of poo?
Oh my
You remember,
God, I need
you
to
remember
I need to
Weird
watch
Science?
this movie again. I watched it, but I don't remember
Chet.
the one scene you are talking about.
Hold on, let's see. I want to make sure I got that name right. I think it's Chet. Chet. Weird.
Can I remember this scene? Can I remember other scenes? Other scenes were more
Yeah.
memorable.
Kelly LeBrock was quite. Yeah.
Okay, so
Chet.
let's
Weird
dash
Science. Yeah,
up.
Chet. Weird Science. Oh yeah,
Okay,
Chet. Man, Chet Donnelly. Yeah, I'll send you that later.
I need to rewatch this movie. I need to find and watch. I watched once on we had on one station the TV series. It was fun.
A Weird Science TV series.
There was a TV series and it was fun. I remember it being fun.
Huh. Was this only in Europe or was this
I
a
don't
US show?
know. I've seen it on Canal Plus in the 90s, late 90s, very late 90s
That
or
must be
early
French.
2000s. I remember I watched it every time it was because I remember having fun. Okay, so my dash
It didn't
with
have like
Fatal.
Kelly LeBrock or anything like that, right? It
No,
didn't have any.
no, it
Okay.
had no one from the original cast as far as I remember.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting.
5. Okay, so he is at deck. His dash speed at deck is 5, and he can only turn 30 degrees with each point. So 1, 2, okay, 3, 4.
Watch out here.
Yeah, I'm watching, and 5. Yeah, so here I will be attacked here when I move, but I decided that's the
You're willing to take that.
I want to take as little of it as I can. Oh shit! Oh, look, here is your. Okay, here.
Should I go ahead and
God,
do this and make him
you
active?
okay, no, I will move the second guy.
Oh shoot, this guy's. So these guys go active. I would say probably. But whatever. We can designate that here.
No
I
matter.
don't know what.
No,
I don't
you
know what
will
turn
move
it is.
all of them because I'm moving all of my guys. So that's our useful here.
Here's the
Let
thing. AAA doesn't activate until
no AAA activates the moment I fly in it.
no matter what. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought
No, if you
no,
want to.
but I
If
thought it
I
was in the.
enter.
Oh, okay. But only
No,
if you enter the hex.
only if I enter the hex you can activate AAA the moment
Yeah,
I enter the hex.
but otherwise you have to activate it in the admin phase, from what I can tell.
You can activate in admin phase. What we screwed up is that you can the fire cans can only be activated in the admin phase, but AAA can be activated the moment I fly in it.
Into its range or just into its hex?
Into its range. If I can be attacked, you can attack. If I enter here,
Okay, I didn't
I
know
am
that.
I am if I enter here, I am here and here simultaneously. So if I enter here, you can attack me here. You can activate this flag and just
Mhm.
blast me.
Mm.
Okay, this guy I think he can fly faster because he's at low altitude and with dash at least.
Yeah, but
But
what did we roll? Did you pull your chits?
yeah, I pulled my cheat and I pulled 2. So I will move
All right.
both of these guys and then allow you
All
to
right.
move yours. No, okay, he will fly. I think he will just fly his regular 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that will be, and he's at low. That will be his. And yeah, I had a map where I think, yeah, there is a corridor that I can Kim. Okay, I moved my guys,
Mm-hmm.
and I will immediately mark my few.
So you're probably gonna say again. You're gonna get in my rear no matter what. That's what I was afraid of. But like,
Well,
no
you
matter
can you
what,
can you can turn towards me if
I
you
can
want
do.
to just defensively, but I need to find you, goddammit, first. I won't probably do it with radar and visual. What's the visual chance
So
of
here I'm gonna
visual?
do. Well, hold on. I gotta pull my chits.
Just move them. I moved all of my guys already,
So
so
1, 2. I am gonna turn right.
I
And
moved all of my guys, so
and I'm gonna stay deck. Okay, so that's that movement. Okay.
mhm.
This guy. Let me
Oh, from here, but you were turned towards here.
No, the other one was going this way. The other one was pointed. The other
Okay,
one was pointed different.
okay, yeah.
All right, so
Okay,
then I'm gonna do 1, and I'm gonna turn right, and I'm gonna do. That makes me do this, right? And then I'm gonna 1,
yes, one forward, 3 turn.
3 turn, 2, 3 turn, 3, and I'm gonna stay on the deck.
Oh shit, I am on the deck with this guy.
Yeah.
Don't like
And
that.
then
That was
here,
stupid.
I'm going to keep them together just to confuse you even more. 1, 2. I am going to turn left, and then I'm going to go. That would automatically make me go here, and then 3. Okay, I'll stay. You know what? I'm just going to be a pain in the ass and go on the deck here.
Oh, okay, and I need to
Um,
change.
okay. Does that confuse you good enough?
Probably, you know what confused me right now is I confused myself with the. Okay, this counter is okay. With the counters, he should have different ID. He's the proper flight. It's just his ID is wrong. No,
All right.
both of their IDs are wrong.
So
That's
at this
lovely.
point, do you have any visual? You have potentially some visual here on this if it's.
It's if it's 4 hexes away, then potentially I have, but it's not, sure thing to find you with it. Okay, let's say he's 200. Mm, let me uh, because I am very well organized and totally flipped the. Oh, god damn it! These markers are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we might need to modify this module with some better markers for ourselves.
Maybe because this ID. I mean, the markers are okay. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why they are unknown when you flip them because I don't remember that generic markers had no ID on them, or maybe they did, but that's super confusing for owning player. They might have, but maybe someone. I think they have, the label. Someone just wanted, uh, they didn't want to hustle with it. Whatever. Okay, so you moved. I moved.
I think everybody's moved other than potentially the.
Yeah. So the track phase. So you can.
Did you move all of your strike
I moved
aircraft?
all.
All right.
Yeah, I did.
All
They are
right.
just so
So
slow.
now you're going to check
No, now,
visibility here, right?
no. Now you will track. You will perform track roll to see what of my strike package you can see.
You mean detection?
Yeah,
Wait.
detection. I mean the track to check detection on them. So one
Oh.
roll
Yeah, but
of
shouldn't.
2d10. because
Okay,
you have a lot of them detected, so you need to roll
right,
if you lose the.
so are you saying that you don't check visibility right now after movement?
You mean the
So
visual
we were
detection?
just in movement phase.
Yes, and we
Okay, so
finished
when
it. And we
okay,
have
we finished
track
it.
phase.
So
The
you
detection,
can't.
visual detection is made during detection phase with all of.
Okay, so that's the next round, right? That's weird.
No,
Or
no,
that's
no, that's the same round. Now you just roll 2d10 to see if you lost contact on any of these guys.
this is track for losing. So this is okay. All right.
Yeah, because, okay, 7 on C. Flip all detected aircraft, apply on US flights on the deck and DRV flights at low. Okay, so the guy with hearts is lost.
Okay, that's fine.
Now we have new turn. Now we have detection.
Okay, so now it's
And
perform.
so yeah, first of all, I'm performing regular detection on my F column
Okay.
on everyone, and I succeed on 20, right? Because all of them are on
Mm-hmm.
deck.
Mm-hmm.
So top and bottom. Top, nope. Bottom, no. This guy, nope. This guy, nope. And now I can perform visual detection if
I
he's
think
5 hexes away from him, but he's
so.
4 hexes away from him.
All right.
So he can try. Well, he can try. You only roll this once, regardless of number of aircraft that are close to him. It's always one roll. I just need to have at least one guy. And so visual sighting modifiers. There is a column for it that is separate. And there is a modifier if you are at different altitude is -1. We are. I'm at low. You're at deck. And -2 if it's 3 to 4 hexes away. So I have -3. I spot you at 13 or more, so 16 or more I spot you. Oh, I did. I detected this guy. Okay, so so
He's
this
real.
turn I can attack you. That will be fun. Okay, so this one dogfight and we save and because I would finish it. See
Yeah,
how the
that's fine.
bombardment
Yeah,
goes,
but
right?
can we do? Yeah, that's fine. But can we do this dogfight?
Yes. So
So
movement,
all right.
and now it's important
Now
who
it's gonna be
moves
important who moves
first.
first. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you pull first. So go and pull.
Well,
One
yeah, one
flight.
flight.
Okay, so
So
you're gonna
I
do
can
somebody
move.
else.
No,
Eh,
I can move him,
all right. Okay, you're gonna
right?
move him in. You're gonna move him to contact. Okay.
Yeah, and I can because I'm fast phantom. I am one, but attacking from front will be probably intense. Let me save game file, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just if we need to
Reset. Hopefully do
reset or
something.
something.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so for the sake of fun, right? Mm, you are detected. It's movement phase, so I can attack you. So you can see the rules basically. So I will use yeah, I can use just combat throttle because at low altitude I have speed of 4 movement points, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's enough to 1, 3 turn, 2, 3, and with 4 I can reach your hex. I think you don't even need to reach. I don't even need to reach your hex. It's just I need to get into position here. And the moment I am here, I can attack you. And let's say I will attack you from here. Oh, and this is just wait because I
So is
forgot
he
to.
able? Is there an actual BVR attack, or is it just guns?
No, it's I actually don't have guns. It's just
Oh, that's
dogfight
right. That's right.
because there is option.
They don't come with the gun
And
pods until later, right?
Navy never adopted guns
Yeah.
on their Air Force. That's very interesting. That Navy never adopted gun on their Phantoms for some reason
Uh-huh.
that I don't know if anyone knows, but maybe. But here's the thing: I will be attacking you. Sorry, I needed to mark my fuel on this guy because I would forget, and they dashed. I don't think dash actually gives me anything, so I will use just combat. And if yeah, let's just have fun. Sorry, because I actually made I gave myself on my flight log. Uh, I tried to. Okay. So first thing we need to do is to roll our aggression value for our guys.
Which section are
Because
you looking in? Let me just so I can kind of.
this is something I forgot to mention it to you. Aggression value is something that technically should be rolled for each flight before game, but it is a lot of rolling. Oh, right. Just get flight quality table. It's on the same card
Yeah,
that
I
is
think
scenario
I think
random
I'm rookie
events.
or whatever. The scenario had it. I'm probably less valued than you.
Yeah, you have, I think,
Rookie.
green pilots.
They're
You have
rookie or
Rocky.
whatever.
No, you have Rocky. My guys are, I think, regular, except one F4 flight, which is veteran, but it's not this flight.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this one is regular. Normally, you roll at least you should roll for aggression for each flight, beforehand. But it's a lot of rolling. For instance, for strike aircraft, it's a lot of rolling for aircraft that probably won't even get into fight. And so there is optional rule that you roll for it only when the combat starts, and it's more fun because you don't really know what your guys will be capable of. So we will do it now. So my guy is regular. I roll for me 11. 11 on regular is 0, so my aggression value is 0 for them. Where is the... Oh, yes, aggression. Let me...
Is it on play rates?
Hmm?
Oh,
The same, the scenario random events.
um,
If you
I
find
don't
the
see
one
what
with
you want.
scenario random events, you will find it.
I'm not finding it.
Okay, so you can just roll, and I will...
Just, but, there we go.
Okay.
I found it. All right. I rolled 17.
So it's also 0.
Okay. So
So
we're not like, what does that do?
this is like the flights skill plus elan and stuff like that. This modifies a lot when it goes to air combat. At least few important things.
Like
Yeah,
whether or not you'll stay, whether or not you'll continue the fight or not, or break off type.
yeah, things like that.
All right. All
Okay,
right.
so
Cool.
so now find. Oh my God! Don't tell me I didn't. No, I need to have this table, or was I idiotic enough to not have this detection? Oh, maneuver table. No, it's not
Unless
maneuver
it's under
table.
play aids.
Yeah, I'm looking because we need to have. We will need to
The
have
maneuver table
maneuver.
is on the play aids PDF.
Yeah, I have maneuver table, but there is also another table that I think is needed with engagement. Or maybe not. Or maybe it didn't have a table. I thought it had a table.
Which one? What are you looking for?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe.
Air-to-air combat sequence is on. Well, that might help you. Air-to-air combat sequence is on player aid above the maneuver table, page above it. It's right below the track table.
Okay, yeah, engagement. Yeah, attack and defend each roll. But because engagement, I thought engagement had its own,
Yeah,
like a
it has its
table, but
own.
I don't.
It does. Look at it's next to the air-to-air combat sequence.
Here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just.
And then that's where the aggression value comes in. That's a modifier.
Yes, that's one place when it comes in, but very important place. So here's the thing. So first we roll, yeah, air-to-air sequence.
So
First
are
we
we
roll
both?
for engagement.
I'm detected and you're not. So that's
Yes.
gonna be different too.
Yeah, and I need
And
to look other
what
modifiers.
is
So this is
this?
modified by aggression value, flight disorder, target at different altitude band. So I should have drop. Okay, so if I knew that, I would just drop to,
So
drop to deck. So let's say I'm dropping to deck. Okay, so target at different altitude, no. Target is making slash attack, no. Target in rear hemisphere, nope. Mm,
Not in mist, not in haze, not in night moon. And then
okay,
there's
so it's only
aggression value
modified. So it's only modified by aggression value, which is 0.
So you need a 9 or better for me.
Yes,
And I
to
need
engage you.
okay.
Poof, I
Now
engaged you, and now you roll on engagement for me. The same, but you need to roll
did
15 because
yeah, I
I'm
did.
undetected.
I did not. So that means I cannot engage you, but you can
No,
engage.
here's the thing. If I am attacker, there are 4 situations that can happen. If both of us would fail, then there's no combat. We just move past each other and move forward, right?
Huh?
If I detected you and you would detect me, it's just combat. If I detected you and you failed, I have surprise. It's a combat
Okay.
and I have surprise on you, which modifies the maneuver
Sure.
rolls.
Of course. All right.
And if you detect me and if you engage me and I wouldn't engage you, you would have a choice of engaging me or just uh, leaving me alone and flying past. But I have, so each side rolls
About 10
for,
minutes.
yeah, let's finish this and we can
Sorry.
finish it for
Yep.
today.
Let's just go. Yeah. Sorry, my son came in.
So let me roll first because this is simultaneous. First we roll on maneuver for the number of shots. The procedure is you first roll on maneuver to see the number of shots you can take, and then you roll for shots to see if you hit. So roll on the table using the column for number of aircraft. And so I don't move them yet, but
How many aircraft do you have? 2?
I have 2.
Yeah, I have 2 as well.
So I use the number of aircraft 2 using the column of you use 1 if you have fluid 4, which is only US Air Force doctrine. Defensive will disorder, nothing of that, right? Modifiers. So maneuver differential. So I need to check, and here where's maneuver when maneuver comes to play. So we are at deck. So it's like a low altitude here. Your maneuver value is 5 on deck, right? My maneuver value on deck with F4s,
A little less.
F4 it's 5 also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, clean. I have better maneuver values higher I am going. I have like 6 on medium and 7 on high, but on low altitude I have 5.
I would almost think that the MiG has a little bit more maneuverability just from its design, but right.
They were, if you take all of the, yeah, but
But the
that
Phantom
depends on
has a
the
lot
tactic.
more power. Yeah.
Phantom has a lot of more power. It depends on the tactic you take. Phantom would fight energy combat,
High
and
energy.
they, at this altitude they were pretty much matched if
Yeah.
pilots were of similar skill.
Yeah.
Then I have better qualities higher compared to you.
Yes.
So the maneuver, but here maneuver difference is 0.
Minimal. Yeah.
Okay, let me see other modifiers. So maneuver differential is 0. NA at night, maneuver rating by -1 if flight climbed. No, none of us climbed. If Zoom climbed, it's
Yeah,
-2.
neither of us did. Yeah.
Yes, aggression differential comes here too, but R is 0 because you have 0, I have 0, so aggression differential is 0. So here aggression also comes into play. More aggressive flight than other will score more shots. Geometry. Okay, so forward arc geometry modifier is 0 because we are. If you look at the geometry modifiers below, it's attacker 0 if forward.
Yep.
Attacker 0, defender 0.
Yep.
There is something written below, but I ignore it. You are not disordered, no close formation. I have surprise, so it's +3. And you will be disadvantaged, so you will have -1. And I think, this is something I need to ask because you can perform disengagement. I mean, attacked flight can decide he's disengaging. Then you have, if you decide to disengage,
you'll have a negative on it.
Yes, but you don't perform shots. because
I
you don't
probably,
shoot.
I mean,
You
honestly, I probably should, right? I probably should disengage.
maybe,
Yeah,
and I
I
think
mean,
and when you are disengaging, I think you do not roll for scatter also, because if you perform combat, you are then scattered and get maneuver marker, and if you are disengaging, you do not do this. You may fly just scot free. So yeah, if you want to, you can perform disengagement, because you do not fight. You try to go home. I mean go home. You try not to get tangled.
I I think I probably would, right? Realistically.
Realistically, you probably would, yeah. Prior
Okay.
to maneuver rolls, the defending flight can elect to disengage. Disengaging flight do not roll for maneuver and take no shots. Flights attacking a disengaging unit apply a modifier to their maneuver roll. Disengaging flights do not scatter and are not marked with a maneuver marker after combat. Maneuver marker is marker that is removed next turn with your flight points. It's that you regain the energy after combat. They apply a modifier to their morale table roll. So yeah, this probably is realistically the option you would take. So I have, from what I remember, I have +3 for surprise and -2 for disengaging. So I have +1 to the shot.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
Yep.
and I look column for 2 aircraft. So I have 9 +1, it's 10. I have 0 shots.
Okay. And then
Okay.
what do I? And then I roll, right?
No, you do not roll for
Oh,
shots
that's right. That's right.
because
Yeah.
you are
I chose
disengaging.
to. I chose to do that. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so now shot resolution. There will be no shot resolutions because I had no shots. Depletion. And that's the good question. Do I roll for depletion if I didn't score any shots? I think not, because depletion is a check if I, used any weapons enough to
Yeah,
consider them
I wouldn't think so.
depleted.
I wouldn't think so. But maybe write
Modify
it down
roll
as
per.
a question.
Oh yeah, because it's modify roll by shots taken. Maybe they should. Wait, 1133, because I'm not sure about that. After all shots in a combat have been resolved, roll 1 die for each flight that resolved a shot. Okay, for the flight that resolved the shot. I did not resolve shots. Multiple shots. Yeah, I didn't resolve any shots, so I guess I do not roll for it. I hadn't even option. We just flew past each other. That at least that makes sense, right? Damage allocation we also skip because no damage. Morale. Each flight makes a morale check. Only defender checks if B. Okay, so morale. And for this, yeah, I will later remember. I am here for all the scatter options. I just don't want to move my counter over yours because it will be easier for me to maneuver with them. So both of us roll for morale. Where's morale? Table. No shot resolution. Track table. Oh yes, morale table. It's above scatter. Okay, so air-to-air combat. I can roll first. It doesn't matter who rolls when, right? Mm, so modifiers. Flight's aggression value 0. Flight head surprise, so +1. Per friendly aircraft damage, crippled or shut down, none of the above. So I get +1 to my morale roll. 17. 17 or more. Mm, wait. Okay, result is jettison, so it's nothing. Flights with ordnance immediately jettison. The flight loses close formation. Do you have morale check?
I see
Hello.
the table. Yeah, I see the table.
Yeah, so I look at air-to-air combat. I rolled 17 or more. So the effect is jettison, which means if I was defender and had bombs, I would jettison them, right? Because you do not
Mhm.
jettison air-to-air ordnance. And there is aggression value plus
I get a
0. That
negative.
means,
I get a -2 because if I was disengaging.
yes, and you get -1 for being disadvantaged.
Okay. So -3's net, and let me roll. Okay, that's horrible. Right.
That's 4, right? 5
Right.
or less.
Right.
So you are bored. So affect us for disordered. Also, the flight immediately aborts. Yeah, so they were spooked. But another thing that you need to address, there is aggression value -3. That means your aggression value is lowered by 3. So you don't have aggression value on them of 0, but -3. And they are disordered. Also, the flight is disordered. So mark them with disordered marker.
Mm-hmm.
And you mark them with abort whenever you like, right? Okay, I will move them later. So guys are disordered, they are aborted, but I will still move. The thing is, when they are disordered, they can attack. Well, when they are aborted, they need to. When they are aborted, they pretty much need to go back to the airfield and land.
Mm-hmm.
Disordered, just you can I think even aborted you can raise back from disordered. But only if I would like to finish them off, because disordered gives you terrible, modifiers to be attacked, and you cannot offensively attack. When you are aborted, you can, but if you are disordered, you also can't attack. Okay, but I need.
But your decision at this point is okay. You've done your job, and the fact that you've made me go home, really, ultimately.
Pretty much they are scared shitless and or, or just they flew
Yeah.
apart. They decided no, we go home.
Right.
Crazy Americans almost crashed into us in their flashy F-4s in head flyby.
Exactly. You saw it.
Passing
It's
not,
like, oh no, phantoms. It's like
so
it's like
they
it's
see
like yelling spit
it's just
fire.
no, he probably didn't even had time for this. The Phantom just flew past his canopy with
Okay.
with the combined like 600 miles an hour. He's like, fuck this.
All
Okay,
right.
what
So
I
let's save it. Save the game.
no. One more thing, because this is for you. I need to roll for scatter.
Mhm.
Mm, so because I am scattered around the sky after dogfight, let me just find a table. Okay, so scatter. I am here for scatter, and I need to shift to either one. I think following her to her attacks, roll one die for scatter, turn them, move flights into the indicated hex. Flight. Um. Okay, so I just need to roll 1d10. It's 3. Uh, so realistically, oh my god, why? Okay, because I'm like here and I need to shift to some hex. Okay, they were not turned on, and they would. I don't think they would activate when we perform combat, because I'm
If they
technically
saw a
in.
fur ball, they're not gonna do it. I don't think. I would
Well,
think.
you can decide. You do not need to activate them, but I can't remember if dogfight activates them. But if you are scattered by dogfight, even on the deck, you are attacked because you only are ignored, or you fly through anti-air corridors if you actually fly. If you scatter into them, you are attacked as anything else because they don't fly through corridors. They
Uh,
just try to avoid
yeah,
combat.
let's go ahead and save because my son's kind of getting ornery. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and save.
Okay, so I will just, because I am scattering. Okay, so I think I'm scattering here,
Just watch out
and
for mine.
I need to add maneuver markers. Maneuver. Both. Another thing that's happening. Both flights after combat are flipped to undetected. After combat, everyone is undetected, and we are visually identified. So we will replace them. We can do it later if we remember. We replace them with actual markers for the aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
And you can fly normally. So later, if you find, okay, you know what? I will. You run off. I will replace this guy,
Yeah, I
and
got
you
it right
can,
here. I just put it there.
because your guy is whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. You know he's a mix 17 because you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I will finish stuff here and we can continue it later, because I would finish it to see,
All right. Yeah.
bombardment
Save it.
and other stuff.
Save it, and we'll do a bombardment. We'll try to get it. We'll try to force it to be to the
Yeah,
abort.
if your flights will be on ground, we can just time compress
Mm-hmm.
the flight of these guys, right?
Yeah. If we have to. If we have to.
Okay.
All right, save
Thanks
it.
for game
All
then.
right, man. See ya.
See you.